do you mean live chat is currently unavailable? It's ridiculous. Let me do it via my phone then. Should hopefully work.
Fox Home videos says testing.
Okay, and now if I do just emojis.
Folks Home Videos says, grinning underscore face underscore with underscore smiling
God damn it.
underscore eyes. Grinning underscore face underscore with underscore smiling underscore eyes. Grinning underscore face underscore with underscore smiling underscore eyes. Grinning underscore face underscore with
Okay, well, I
underscore
know why
smiling
that's
underscore eyes.
I know exactly why that's happening. My code is stupid, that's why. Let me do some quick coding on the fly here. Okay, let me try to edit my code on the fly. See if that works. If not, we'll go back to the old code and hopefully nobody uses emojis. I'm gonna edit. Where is the part of the code I need to fix? It's gonna be here. Yeah, this part. That's not gonna work. That's the problem, I think. That is right. But I need to replace. Let's try. Place this. Like so, and then. I think that should work. Maybe? If I know my coding right. Might not, because I'm not good at coding, but we'll try. Because if I do this, copy and paste the stream link again, boom. Now reading chat, hopefully. Test.
Fox Home videos says test.
Okay, now we try emojis. Does the emoji get red?
Fox Home Videos says.
Okay, but it does still say that I said something. That's not good. Sorry if anybody's watching right now. I'm just doing some quick coding adventure. I had a problem with I had a couple problems with the chat reader code last stream, so I want to make sure it's good, and I hadn't had time to test it, so I'm testing it now on the fly. Sorry about that. Da, 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 da. What can I do? I need to have some sort of skip. Da, 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 da. After the cleaned message, I guess it should check if the message is empty. And then so if I put in a if not continue, should be good. Okay. Let's try that again. Get the stream again. Okay, now we test. It should still say the regular messages.
Folks Home Videos says, testing.
But now if I put in a bunch of emojis, does not pick it up. Okay, and if I say testing with an emoji.
Fox Home Videos says, testing.
Oh, it works, baby. Let's go. Okay, we did it, chat. We fixed the code. We can go stream now. But quickly I'm just going to share it on the Discord. To the people that showed up at all before I posted it on the Discord or anything, good job. Thank you for being precise. Da, 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 da. Alright, everyone. Bop. Close that. And make sure it's actually closed. Discord end task. There we go. I don't know why it says live chat is currently unavailable. What if can I reset the page without it breaking everything? Yes, okay, there's the live chat. Thank you for working. Awesome, okay. Now we can start playing the game that I'm here to play. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Now, the only problem that I haven't fixed is that sometimes the program just stops after a certain amount of time or messages. I don't know what's causing it to just sometimes randomly stop, but it does just randomly stop sometimes. But we're going to fix that at some point in the future. For now, I just have to restart the code every now and then. And that's fine, okay? That's fine. We can deal with that. And also, my audio isn't the best. I don't know why it's not, like, properly... it's not properly, like, muting the background audio, so you can hear me click and stuff, which is annoying. But whatever. Let's just get into the game, shall we? I gotta make sure I actually have all the things I want up here. Yeah. Okay. Now we should be good. Now we should be good. Your messages should still be being read out in chat, and now things like emojis should be filtered out. I've made sure it keeps certain symbols, like hashtags and slashes and stuff should still work, but a lot of random symbols as well as emojis should no longer work, which is good because it got really weird when people would post emoji messages. So now hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. And again, sorry that this stream is much earlier than usual. I have like a birthday to attend and stuff, so I can't be waiting with this. I need to have the evening to myself today, but I already said I was going to stream today, but so the solution is to stream early. And I'm gonna make sure that this actually reads out live chat.
Roenotros SS, yo vuvu.
Hello, Roenotros. I don't know if that's how I say your name.
Roinotros says ice. Hello.
Hello. I fixed the code. The chat reader code should be much better now. And sorry if I'm a bit low energy today. I have a lot going on in my life right now, so I might be a bit distracted, but we're going to continue where we left off last stream. And we're gonna rescue our Kerbals. Because I'm sure if we go to the tracking station, though we'll see. Yeah, we have Gregfurt and his crew stuck on the North Pole, and we have the satellite in orbit. We're gonna hopefully rescue Gregfurt and his crew, and then hopefully bring the satellite back down safely. Which I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but we'll try. And I have an idea for how we're gonna rescue the people trapped on the North Pole. I have an idea. And it's going to involve this. The cargo ramp. Which, I don't know how big it is. I need to compare it to the... Okay, it's actually very small. But that's okay. Because we're not going to bring back the wreckage. We're just going to bring back the Kerbals. That's all we care about. We don't need this to be a cargo bay, really. It doesn't need to open, but I guess... I guess it's like, we do this, close that, it'll just stay closed, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in some external command seats, but we're actually gonna put them, can I put them on the inside? No? Is it not external enough? Because I don't want them to just be like, free-falling.
TDMSAYS. What happened last stream?
Okay, so what happened last stream was we sent a rocket into space, it deployed a satellite, and then when we tried to land the rocket back on Earth, it kind of burned up in the atmosphere and left the surviving Kerbals stranded on the North Pole. So we're gonna go rescue them this stream. That's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna try to create like a cool like cargo ship that is going to go save them. And I thought that this cargo bay piece was much bigger than it actually is, but and annoyingly I can't place these seats on the inside.
TDMSAYS. BRUH.
BRUHE. Bruh. Yeah. Sure. But don't worry about it. They're gonna be completely saved. I'm just not sure how we're gonna transport these Kerbals, because I want them to like enter on this ramp and then sit inside here.
Use crude fuselage partes PLS.
Crude fuselage? Is that a thing?
TDM says, @ the utility tab.
The utility tab. I'm glad you're telling me. Crew cabin. Ooh. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Passenger module. Ooh, okay, I see. I see what you're cooking. Passenger module. Capacity of 16 Kerbals.
Deformecute says, just teleport them, face blue smiling.
I mean, I know we can probably do that. I want to make this like realistic in a sense. I want to like actually go and save them. So they're gonna come here. We're gonna land. They're gonna go up this cargo bay and they're gonna enter the passenger cabin. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, it's gonna be great. Now we just need to build the actual big cargo ship. Is what we need to do.
TDM says, and don't forget to add a cockpit and louders.
Yes, yes, of course. Quick fuselage. We're gonna make this a fairly large ship today. Mark 3 once more. Mark 3. Well, it's not huge, but like I don't know. We'll see. And we're just gonna test for now. We're gonna only go rescue them when we know the ship is capable of rescuing them. You know, so that's fine. I want this to sort of emulate like a real like big like Boeing style plane, I guess.
Tidim says, what are your plans, Rin?
What's your plans?
TDM says, will you use rockets?
Well, I mean, this is a plane. It's not. This one's not going to go up into space. We're going to make something different to go up into space. These ones are just going to go to the North Pole to save the Kerbal strapped on the North Pole. So it just needs to get to the North Pole and get back here. It's the plan. So we will probably use jets because rockets you can't really control as much, you know. I put this on the bottoms of the wings. I put them in the wings. I can rotate them, that's fine.
Deformed Cut says, he just subscribed, face fuchsia tongue out.
Thank you, Deformed Coot. Apparently those emojis still get read out.
TDM
I don't know how
says,
to
if
filter
you
that.
use jets, remove all oxidizers.
Remove oxidizers? Don't they need oxidizer? I thought that was the point. Like, they have air intakes. Because they need air. Right? Is that not what oxidizer is? I don't know what these things are.
TDM 6. No.
I'm not a rocket scientist. Intake air, liquid fuel. I guess that's not oxidizer. What is oxidizer then? Like this has oxidizer.
Size.
Oh, because it's
real
rocket
time.
fuel. Oh, okay. I see what you're putting down. Hold on. I get it. I get it. We don't want the liquid fuel because we're not going to use the liquid fuel, and that's just weight. Now we're making sense. Okay. Rocket fuselage. But we don't want rocket fuel. That has liquidizer.
Tidim
There.
says, yeah.
That doesn't have liquid. That only has liquid fuel instead of oxidizer. Okay. So we do this. That's better, right? Now it doesn't have oxidizer. Right. Okay. Got it. Okay, I think I understand. I'll make it look pretty in a bit, hold on. I want to do like a Boeing sort of thing where it's like the double engines under the wings sort of thing. You know? I'm gonna have to like rotate them and stuff to make it nice, but you'll see what I mean. I don't like controlling the camera in this game, I must say. Use these again.
Size. If jag sett the biggest jets in the game, jag want net to add in tackes.
Okay. I just think it looks cool. We're gonna make that look better in a bit, but that's the idea. You know, classic Boeing.
TDM says, Goliath.
Goliath. Do I even have that? Again, I don't have the DLC. I don't think I have. Goliath turbofan engine. Oh! That's more a plane. Okay, that's more what I'm thinking. Okay. Good shout. Good shout. Oh, these are bad boys.
Devormet kots sais here is astreamin idea. Rescue take Kerbals from the moon.
Again, that would require me to get Kerbals to the moon, which has yet to happen, so... You know, we might do that in the future, but then we need to actually get Kerbals there. Okay, so how much thrust do these provide? Probably a lot, right?
Deformed kut says, okay.
These have liquid fuel, so I'm hoping that fuels these. And then we need, like, the back fin, right? Winglets. Guess we'll put these, like, there, and then we need the tail fin. Of some kind. Tall fin. No, we need tail fin, not tall fin. One of them. That should be okay. Wheels. We want pretty big wheels because we need to accommodate that.
TDM says, right-click the wings and fill those with liquid fuel too.
I can do that? Oh! Cool. I did not know that. Okay, then we have lots more fuel. Awesome. How big are these? Does that touch the ground? Yes, it does. Awesome. Again, I'm gonna rotate all these, don't worry about it. We need pretty big wheels in order for them to actually touch the ground when the cargo thing goes down, I think. Rotate. Luckily those are done evenly because it's doubled up. Perfect. That's actually a bit too long down. Now the cargo thing doesn't touch the ground. Now that doesn't touch the ground. That's not good. We need slightly smaller wheels, I think. Are these good? No, they're too small. Maybe. What would be the best idea to do this? What would be the best way of going about this? So let me cook, chat. Let me cook. Are those... This is really annoying. Like, these are a bit short, and these are a bit long, if I'm eyeballing it right. But maybe it doesn't have to open all the way, right? Yeah, because there's deploy limits. Right. Doesn't have to deploy all the way. And that's fine, because we don't need to... Okay. Got it. So let's remove the really, really big wheels and just use these large wheels, right? Okay, I'm figuring it out. I'm learning the game. Okay, so now we need this thing be in line with... Oh, what did I do? Okay. Just need you to have a different deploy limit so that you are aligned. The bottom of the wheels, and I think that's good. At 96.
TDMS AYS プロザカーゴランプ do nothing if you want to get the cruise
Well,
in.
they're gonna walk up this ramp and then enter this passenger thing from here, right? That's the idea. That's what I want to accomplish. I mean, give them a ladder or something, obviously, but... Like, it's gonna have, like, a thing for them to get in, right?
TDM says, they are not tall enough to
Yeah, so I'm
reach
gonna
that door.
give them a ladder. Ability enhancer. Don't worry about it, they're gonna be fine. I know they're small, okay? I take care of my Kerbals. I'm gonna reach that door just fine. Now, I have no idea if that's good or not. But I'm gonna hope. And once again, I'm gonna do this.
TDM says, let's hope that's a naught.
It probably is. I mean, those ones are literally touching the ground, so. Gonna add some parachutes in case we needed a emergency brake. Speaking of braking, probably do want some, like, air brakes, wherever those are. I forget. Probably aerodynamics have air brakes. Yes, air brakes. Still a little bit of air brakes. So I feel like that makes me feel safer.
TDM says, you should use the FAT 455 series of wing parts.
These? I mean, that is what I'm using. I'm using the main wing. I guess we need the air control surfaces, though. These wings don't have any built in.
Size for the tail.
Or the tail. Won't that be a bit big, though? Like that? Is that good? I guess. Do we need communications or anything?
TDM says, maybe.
I mean, I appreciate getting, like, tips and stuff, but I do want to try to figure out some of this on my own and, like, mess around, because that's what's fun about it. So we're gonna mess
TDM
around and just
says,
see.
they can be used for the vert stabs too.
That'll definitely be huge. I think that's probably fine for now. We'll see. We'll see how it takes off and how it flies before we change that. Because again, we're not gonna just try once and then give up. We're gonna really put this to the test. And this needs a nose cone, doesn't it? Let's do it. Where's the other nose cones?
TDM says, yes.
All right, I think let's just try this and see how it goes. This is definitely gonna wobble. I can tell this is gonna wobble like crazy, probably. But we're just gonna see. No control. Oh, I need to put in crew. Duh.
Deformed code says that black square in the cargo bay
We
where
want
the
just
ladder
one.
leads to will not put the Kerbal in the plane.
The black square in the cargo plane where the ladder leads to will not put the Kerbal in the plane. What? Oh, how'd that happen? Isn't that the door? Do I need to put on some other part for them to be able to enter it? I mean, like, is this the door? Do they want me to put them here? Because that's emergency use only.
TDM says, let's test. Deformed cut size no.
Because I feel like that would make sense. Because this door is emergency use only, and that door is on the ground. I feel like that wouldn't make much sense. And I don't see any other, probably because they're covered by the engines and the wing, but I don't see any other door, so. That makes sense to me, logically. They climb up there, they enter there. Right. can add like a docking port. Does that help? Can they enter through docking ports?
TDM says, the for emergencies is only for funny purposes.
Yeah, I get that that's just like a little detail, but like, I don't want to have to put them on the roof to enter the plane.
Deformed God says, on the side there is a door with a ladder.
Okay, let's just test that. No door on that side.
Deformed Code says, where they
Door on
going?
that side. Again, I don't want them to enter the cockpit. I want them to enter the passenger area.
TDM6. Use the LONF ladders for that.
Yeah, I don't need anybody to go in and out of the cockpit. I just need them to use the passenger bay. Alright. Oh, that's the wrong way completely. Yeah, because that's meant for rockets, right? Oh, didn't mean to do that.
TDM says, you can't.
What do you mean you can't? What's the point of having a passenger bay if the passengers can't use it? Hold on, I'm gonna try something. Get to the crew, let's take both of these, put one in the crew and one in the cockpit, and I'm gonna try to get this guy out and put him back in. Right.
TDMS AYS. You can
Deformed
transfer
Good
cruise
says,
with
use
infligs.
W, E, A, S di two rotate parts.
Is my game broken? Build. Okay.
Bolt Finnegan says, why oh?
Hello, Bolt. I just want to try something here. So Rouse is currently in, as you can see, he is in the passenger area. Now,
Bolt
take Rouse,
Finnegan says,
EVA him,
believe
he
you
exits
like.
through the top, right? Now we're gonna have him get down on the floor. Get up, Rouse, come on. Let's see if this works.
Deformed says, close the ramp.
Yeah, I'm just testing if this actually works here. Grab.
Escape
Board,
trajectory
see? I
says,
told
Try
you.
getting
I told you.
from the
Board.
ground.
I told you it works. I told you
Deformed
it
Coot
works.
says, okay.
I told you it works. And you didn't believe me.
TDMS AYS. Let's go.
Escape trajectory welcome. Is this human rated? What does that mean? Now we don't need to bring Rouse. We're just bringing Hileli. Hileli is going to go on a rescue mission, and this is rescue craft. What do we name it? Albatross. Mark 1. Close that up.
Escape trajectory says, a system, typically a spacecraft or launch vehicle,
TDM says,
that has been
Rolling
specifically designed and certified to safely carry humans.
It is designed. I don't know if it's certified. Anyway, we need to go from here. We need to go up there. So we need to turn, because this is the
Escape
island. We need to
trajectory
turn
says, we will see.
from my perspective, we need to turn
エスケープトラジェクトリー SAYS セティフィールドです。
no west, west upwards till we reach Gregford and his crew. Let's try it. Does this even take off? Is the question. I don't think it will, because I don't think we have control things on this. So I think we're just gonna go forwards. Also, it's not going very fast, so probably way too heavy for these. This is just a test. This is just Mark 1.
PDM
Iron Man didn't have a full suit.
Iron
Iron Man didn't have a full suit on his first try either. Oh, well, he kind of did, but not like he didn't have like a modern one on his first try. Just shut up. Yeah, so this is not going to take off at all, really. It can glide a little, but it's not going to take off that well, so don't worry about it. We need more power. If anything, I think we need more of these engines. What was it called? The Goliath?
Deformed Cut says, RIP.
Don't worry, it's just Mark 1. Mark 2 is going to have way more power in it. Mark 2 is going to have an
TDM
unbelievable amount of
Wider
power.
wheelbase.
So we can do that. Double up the engines!
Bolt Finnegan says, don't worry, I remember the capable states blowing up so.
Yeah, exactly.
Escape trajectory says, we should put thrusters on the thruster to thruster the thruster.
Yes.
TDMS AYS バックホイールクローサートゥセンターオブマス
Oh, really? Hold on. Like that? Is that good? Also, we need control things. Fat. Yeah. Airplane control surface. We definitely need these bad boys.
Escape trajectory says, I never used planers in KSP. Much harder to mark emo.
I think planes are really weird to get right, but they're much more satisfying
TDM
to me.
says, you can use
and-
the button on the top left next to the globe to move parts.
To me, planes are much more, oh, like that. Okay. Cool. Okay. So if we shoot over here, and then we can rotate. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Like that. Ooh. And that's doubled up? Yep. Okay. Good, good, good. Let's try this! This is Mark 2.
Escape trajectory says, you can press to disable the symmetry thing. It gives you better movement for advancements.
Right.
Deformed Coot says,
Also, should we be
try
on
you
lights?
seeing a rocket, it's faster.
I know
well,
rockets
I think
are faster,
dot, but it's hard to
TDM
land
says,
close to them.
No c'est disable
Yeah.
SPAP.
Yeah,
TDM
I know
says,
the snap thing. I
Escape
just didn't
Trajectory
need
says,
to be very
this
finicky with
voice
it.
thing makes me crazy.
Size.
Oh, that's funny. Do we have lights? We have lights, right? Light. Yeah. Do we add lights to this? Because all the real planes, they have like little blinking light things, right? Like here it says red goes on the port left side, green goes on the starboard right side. How big are these? They're pretty small. If we put like that. What did it say? Which one was which? Green goes on the right. So we make sure this one is green. I know that doesn't matter in this game, but I want to be accurate. And then this one, red. Oh, but they're synced, aren't they? Because I doubled them up. Yeah. No? Okay. Okay, that's good. What's the color for...
TDM
Yeah.
says,
Oh, they're
Quite une
both.
Cisari,
Okay, hold on.
considering that we'll need quite a bit of range for this.
Whatever. We don't need to look pretty. Let's just see if that's enough firepower to take off. That's the most important thing for now. Ooh, that's a bit of a bounce on the opening there. That's a great sign, right? Wait, why are these engines not engaging? I needed to... I hate that.
Escape trajectory says, you looked at the TWR. Those planes even show TWR.
I'm such a good pilot, I don't even know what that means.
Bolt Finniken says, Plane can have a little bounce. Assa 3. Tidim says, that vertical stabilizers will not lift anything.
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll take off just fine. Just give her a moment. Yeah! Yeah? Actually? What? It actually took off. Okay, that's a start. We're definitely not going to be able to reach where we need to go though, right? Like this has way too big of a turning radius, but we can try. Hillary, you're going on your first attempt of a rescue mission. We need to go way north. So you don't need to go up that much, really. Probably, right?
Porto Finniken SAYS. Not
The format
even
could
he
says,
believed
nah.
himself SMH solo believer.
And we have tons of fuel, so this will be great. Don't worry about it. If you look at the map, we need to go way up there. It'll be fine.
TDM says, now pray that you have enough fuel and control authority to make it.
We'll be fine. Don't worry about the fact that we are currently going down. I don't know why that is. I'm pulling up. At least she lived.
Escape trajectory says,
Deformed
Kerbal
says,
just
walk
you
back.
need more fuel.
Nah, we have plenty of fuel. What we need is better flight control.
Deformed code says, TDM says, called it.
Listen, we have plenty of fuel. We just need better wings. And if my time as a plane man has taught me anything, is that if when 2 wings are not enough, that means you need more wings.
Deformed Code says, Sigma Riesler.
Bolt Finniken says, we need to reduce drag.
Nah. I need more wings. That's what I need. Where are my big ass airplane fins? Yeah. I just need better control when in the air. In fact, I'm gonna replace those with
Porto Finniken SAYS.
TDM says,
The guy that
that
said
Noscon is
Sigma
soppa
just
in full
had
to
all
WTHR.
What's your problem with my nose cone?
Bolt Finniken
on my
says,
screen.
Bro HAS bin Thanos SNAPPED.
Oh, what happened to Deformed Coot? Message retracted. What happened? Yeah, no, I see all the messages getting deleted too. But what's wrong with the nose cone? What happened to Deformed Coot? Is he okay? Someone check Deformed Coots? Like, have they been just banned from the platform or what?
TDM says, use the round one, not the pointy one.
But it has to be
Size.
pointy.
So ugly. Bolt Finniken
Fine.
says, he side Sigmaris and yet.
Yeah, I saw the Sigma Rizzler thing and then he just disappeared. What happened? What happened to Deformed Coot? I'm worried now. Did the CIA get him? What happened? This is Mark 3. Launch!
Bolt Finniken says, he got assassinated by it for brain rot.
By eat.
Deformed Kuto
TDM
SAYS.
says, Bro
I
got
am
wiped.
still here.
Oh, that's great. What happened to your
TDM
messages,
says,
dude?
Oops.
Yeah. Now, why did these point up and these point down? Is that a problem? These point up, those point down. That's not good, right?
Devormet kort size dip.
Oh, it's taking off. Kinda. It's lifting. That's something. I think those are pointing the wrong way, but maybe I'm crazy. You guys tell me.
TDM says, no fate's normal.
That's normal?
TDM says, don't worry.
Okay, I'll listen to you guys on that. Just don't worry about it. Just don't even think about it. Completely fine. Completely normal. We're gonna do a bit of a turn here. I think we need to go this way. Just keep turning. It does pull forward, like it does pull down when I let go of S. So that could be an issue, but we'll worry about that when it becomes an actual problem.
Bolt Piniken
Doing
says,
okay now.
remember to reduce thrust while tuning.
Deformed Coot says,
Right.
KSP is one of the best games.
CGM
Yeah, it is.
One friendly, one friendly. TDM
See, it's pulling
says,
down just sort of on its own. I have to pull it up, and then it just pulls down.
TDM says, whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Deformet says, I have a KSP as well.
Yeah. Where are we? We're here. And we are going up there. We need to turn a little bit more, I think. Just a little bit. Get a bit more of a that way trajectory. And then we'll bring the Kerbals back. It's
says,
gonna be awesome.
I need to buy it.
It is great. You should buy it. I don't have the DLC, and I'm not going to spend money on the DLC because I need to keep my money for like food and stuff right now. But
Bolt Finden says, Folklore Uno my Xmas present this year.
yeah, I'll get you Kerbal Space Program for Christmas. Don't worry about it. I should become like the YouTube equivalent of Santa Claus. I need to like become YouTube Santa, and just every YouTuber they get a Christmas present from me. I need to get that kind of rich.
No shot.
I'm not sure if it's free. I haven't checked. I got Kerbal Space Program a long time ago, but I know the DLCs cost a bit of money, but it's not like crazy expensive or anything.
TDM says, sounds like subtract calcup LMAO.
Okay, we've made it a small distance, and we need to go up there. Don't worry about it, we have tons and tons of fuel.
29.99.
It's just gonna take a while, just like a real intercontinental flight. Just like a real intercontinental flight, it takes a long while, but we're gonna be fine, and Hileli will be praised as a hero who saved like 3 astronauts' lives, and possibly 4 if we send her into space as well. Could you imagine if you,
TDM
you know,
says,
you took all this...
just wait
She's
for
an engineer too.
Space
Could you imagine you went to like
Agency guys.
space engineering and you're forced to be a airplane pilot? Like, that's not what I was trained for at all. Okay, but we are on a pretty straight trajectory. We're gonna, like, if I'm following this, we're gonna end up right next to them in the mountain range. So we're gonna need to turn in a bit eventually. Why does Deformed Coots, like, are you deleting your own messages, or is YouTube deleting your messages? I can't tell. We still have plenty of fuel. We're probably gonna make it. As long as we make it there with more than half fuel.
Bolt Piniken size, Fanosko.
Yeah, as long as we make it there with more than half fuel,
TDM
we'll be able to
says,
get back.
Again.
What's that? Why is that happening? Why is a piece getting hurt? But the engine's burning the passenger bay? What is that? That's probably a problem, right, guys? Am I gonna blow up? Are my passengers gonna get fried alive? I mean, the engines are looking a little red, right? Is that just me? I haven't used these engines before. Look at that. Plenty of fuel, plenty of fuel. We're gonna be fine. We are losing altitude.
TDM says, some engine overheating action.
Engine overheating action? That's fine. We just need to manage it.
TDM says, eating.
We're losing a little height. I'm gonna stabilize that. Is there a way to like stabilize height?
Both Finnican says, think atrial planes, are the jets on the body or the wing?
I know that they're on the wing. I couldn't attach them properly on the wing. I wanted to. I'm going to. If we make a Mark III, I'm going to
TDM
do
says,
that.
HAT.
But we are like
Cole
halfway up
Hickey
the
says,
first bit of
you should
continent.
send them to space.
Hello, Cole Hickey. We are going to go to space later because we need to rescue the satellite person. But first, we have to go rescue the people who got trapped in the North Pole after they did go to space. That's why we're sending out Hillel. He's going alone, solo flight across the world to rescue some Kerbals. It's gonna be awesome. We already made it a decent chunk. Barely took any fuel. Okay, a lot of parts are overheating now. That's not good.
A terrible tragedy happened.
Okay, a lot of parts are overheating. I think that's because of where in the atmosphere we are. Like, we're too close to the ground, so we're probably getting a lot of resistance. So we should probably have gone higher before we descended.
TDM
That's
says,
on me.
when?
Okay. You want me to land? I'll land. Why not? Let's land.
TDM says, the engines are transfer the heat.
You telling me to land? I'll land. We'll do a little pit stop. Why not? It's gonna be a great landing. I'm gonna show you all how great of a pilot Hillel really is. Look at that. Beautiful. Gonna be a great landing. Well,
TDM says, that's rather fast. No.
don't worry about it. Okay, let's fix the engine heat problem. These are big engines that are causing a lot of heat, so we're gonna put them
Bolt
on the wings
Finnican
instead.
says, clipping that.
I know you will. You always clip my failures. You're my biggest hater. I'm gonna make him look pretty, don't worry. It'll be fine. Calm down. It's gonna be fine. Hold your horses.
Bolt
TDM
Finnican
says,
says,
needs
make
more
your
booster.
familiars look funny.
What? I make your failures look funny and needs more boosters, maybe. I just want to make this look plain-like first. For the most part. Shut up. I'll turn off snapping for this. That. A bit forward. Just not as much as you poking out there.
TDM says, Geek that's just AKS saying lol.
That's just a KPS saying, yeah, I
Captain
I
Benai
realized
says,
that actually. Now
why
I'm thinking
do I
about
have it in Rex? Happy stream.
Bolt
Thank you, Captain Denny. I don't know why you have it in your recommended. I'm just glad you do.
The clipping is mostly broken on this laptop.
Ha! Well, you're probably gonna clip it later at some point anyway. But thank you for showing up, Captain Denny. I'm glad it's in your recommended. That's it's great to hear. This is probably gonna work a lot less than the previous version, right? Like, I just have a feeling this is gonna be a lot less effective. But we're gonna try it. Hopefully that should fix the overheating passenger bay conundrum. Make sure the engine's in the right staging. SAS on and go! These don't look nearly as cool as the smaller jets that have like the purple, but they look very realistic, so. Oh wow, we actually took off. Oh well, we're not taking off, we're just lifting. The most uncomfortable stage of flight. There we go. Okay, still working. It's a bit of plane over
Captain
there.
Dini says, miss that you have a
TDM
voiceover in
says,
comments.
Godspeed.
Interesting accent here.
Thank you. I hope you stick around, Captain Denny. There's going to be a lot of great content where that came from. Do you guys know what altitude I should be on as a plane? Like, how high do planes actually go before they go cruising? Because I don't know. I don't know enough about plane technology to know that. This is a cool looking plane, though.
Captain Deny says, subscribe.
Tidin says 12 km.
12 kilometers. And thank you, Captain Denny, for subscribing. It's great. 12 kilometers. Okay, so that's when this one's at 1 and that one's at 2, right?
Captain Deny says, up to 400 feet.
Up to 4,000 K feet? I don't know feet, man. I'm not into that sort of thing. But I think when we're in this, like, middle blue here, right? That's good?
Captain Deny says 40k.
TDM says,
Captain
because
Deny
here
says,
probably only
sorry.
around 8 till 10 kilometers.
Don't worry, Captain Denny. I appreciate all the help I'm getting. Don't worry about it. We're gonna go until we're in, like, this blue, middle blue area here. I know it's all blue, but that's dark blue, light blue, and middle blue. We're gonna go until we're in the middle blue. And then we can go cruising. Okay, now she's pulling down on her own, so very, very strongly, so... Like, I'm holding up and it's pulling down, so I think that's
TDM
about as high as we
says,
can go with this.
Stein.
Stall?
Tidin says, watch your speed.
Well, that's not good. We're very heavy. Very front heavy as well.
Captain Dini says, sometimes higher, usually for Privato jets.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the engines back up actually, because that's causing me to lose velocity rapidly.
TDM says, not too slow bro.
It's too slow, bro. Oh yeah, we are plummeting. Absolutely plummeting. Don't worry, I'm saving it. I'm saving it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be a grand old time with the grandkids. Do people do like Nuzlockes of Kerbal Space Program, where like if the Kerbal dies in a crash, they just lose that Kerbal? Is that a thing? This is not good. But we're stabilizing. We're definitely too front heavy. We probably need to move something further back, but or add more weight on the back end. But we're stabilizing. And look at that. That maneuver cost us no fuel at all.
Captain Deny says, previously you had a Boeing landing.
That's very true. That is, I had the most realistic plane landing at Kerbal Space Program's ever seen. I fulfilled the contractual Boeing thing where you have to crash at least once. Anyway, we're turning over this way. We need to turn way more in order to get fully north, but going this way, you go that way, so we need to be more in this direction. Maybe we'll see the old wreckage, huh? On the way there. That'd be funny. Don't think there's much of it left, though. Probably just dust at this point. But look at that. Look how gracefully she flies. Ignore the fact that she's very front-heavy and doesn't fly that well at all, really. Don't worry about it.
Captain Daniel says,
That's
blown Boeing bevore.
Bam. Going straight to the Kerbals. You have flown Boeing before as a pilot. Really? So the captain in your name is not a joke. That's crazy. Glad to have you on board. We really could use an actual pilot to give some input. Are we gaining altitude or are we losing altitude? We're gaining altitude. It feels like I'm falling. I don't actually like flying in real planes at all. I hate flying. It scares the shit out of me. I used to have a theater teacher that was also a pilot, which was weird.
Hi.
Hi, Beefy. Welcome to the stream. I had a theater teacher once. He was like a substitute theater teacher, and he was a pilot, which was really cool. I think pilots are awesome, but I could never actually... I hate flying. I've done it a lot. I hate doing it every time. Look at that. We're just cruising. It's great. This plane looks so cool. That's how planes should look. The double wings do a lot for me. I love the concept of doubling the wings like that. It's really cool. We are slowly starting to tilt forwards again. And we are losing altitude. So that's not great if that keeps happening. I don't know why that does happen, but...
Captain Denai says, do you stream on Twitch?
At the very start of my channel, I did try to stream on Twitch instead of YouTube and then upload the VODs on YouTube, but I just didn't enjoy it. I think streaming on YouTube is just more fun for me. I don't really like using Twitch because I'm stupid and it's confusing and whatever, but I don't know, it's been a long time. Maybe I'll start streaming on Twitch again, because nowadays you can do both. Now you're allowed to do both these days, I've been told, so... Maybe I'll revisit my very dormant Twitch page. It should still exist. If you go on Twitch and you search up folklore, it should still exist. And again, this isn't my main channel. This is just where I stream, because if you stream on a video channel, then it fucks up. You know, you don't want to stream on your main video channel because that's gonna mess with your algorithm and stuff. How far away are they? Very far. Very far. But we're making it about as far. We got it up to like here. We're gonna make it this time. We're gonna save them. We have plenty of fuel. And we're once again ascending. That's good. It's just a balancing act. It's just a balancing act. It's not the most wieldy plane in the world, but...
TDM says, you're pulling up too much, it's killing your speed.
I'm aware, but if I don't pull up, I pull down.
Good luck with the stream.
Thank you, Beefy, and good luck with your work. Speaking of work, I'm going to be completely out of a job this Friday, so that's great. Like, look at this. Like, if I don't do anything, we're just going straight down. Like, our flight path is not good. I stop pulling up, this plane starts pulling down.
Captain Denny says didn't know about that streaming algorithm.
Yeah, the algorithm on YouTube has become very hostile in that now if you do any kind of content, the algorithm expects you to do exclusively that content going forward. If you do shorts, they want you to do nothing but shorts. And if those shorts are Minecraft shorts, they want you to do nothing but Minecraft shorts. And if you start doing different kinds of shorts or you start doing videos or streams, it just kills the channel's momentum entirely. If you don't already have millions and millions of subscribers, you can't diversify your content successfully at all. Like this, which is why I made the gaming channel exclusively Minecraft, because if I do other kinds of games on there, it'll just kill all momentum. And you see this even on bigger channels, like if Jacksepticeye, who mainly does game videos, yeah, so if Jacksepticeye suddenly starts to do like vlogs, those vlogs are not going to do nearly as well as his regular gaming content. And that's not because people don't necessarily want to see it as much, which is part of it, but it's also that the algorithm simply won't show it to as many people. So sometimes you might go to your subscriptions page and you see that like somebody that you're subscribed to, you know they made a video, but it's not showing in your subscriptions page. That's YouTube hiding it because they don't think you will like it, which is a ridiculous system and I hate it, but it's what we gotta deal with on YouTube, so. Until somebody makes a better platform, that's just what we gotta deal with. Okay, are we going the right way? Yeah, okay, we're going the right way. Okay, it's just, that's the line from the Space Center. Okay, we're going the right way. We're gonna go meet the Kerbals. We're gonna go rescue Gregfurt and his boys. We have plenty of fuel. We're gonna make it.
Dismas says, I don't have the extra control options. And don't get a PO and maneuver options when I try to orbit. What am I missing?
I don't know. I know about as much about this game as somebody who just downloaded it does. Okay, like I don't even use, like when I'm in space, I rarely ever use like the flight paths and stuff. I just sort of eyeball it, which is why I usually crash and burn and die. I don't have time to watch a bunch of tutorials. Okay, I got dishes to wash.
Ryan Block SAYS. What's the point in this game?
The point is to make cool planes and spacecraft and fly them into space and try to not horrifically crash and die.
The point is no point.
There is like a career mode where you're limited in money and parts and you need to like unlock stuff, but I don't like that. I just enjoy the sandbox aspect. This is the only sandbox game that I really like. Like Minecraft's a sandbox. I don't really enjoy it that much, honestly. I play a lot of Minecraft.
TDM says,
I don't enjoy it that
it's
much.
a sandbox game. The red circles under the green stability option are missing, and when you go to map your keys, blue and coves OP. I wish I knew what they haven't unlocked.
It could be something to do with what like cockpit you're using or something. I don't know. Okay, now we're really falling and I'm holding up, so that's not great. I'll just ignore that and focus on chat for a minute. But yeah, it's a sandbox. It's one of the few sandbox I actually enjoy as a sandbox, along with like Gary's mod. Minecraft is not that fun to me as a sandbox. Gary's mod and Kerbal's I can play on my own for hours and have fun. Whereas Minecraft, if I'm alone, I get so bored. I get so bored of Minecraft so fast when I'm alone. So unless it's for content or I'm playing with other people, I never play Minecraft. But something like Kerbal's, I could play this for hours off stream and have fun. But yeah, no, we are rapidly falling. I'm trying to pull up. Okay, now we're slowing down. That's good.
The air could be too thin. You may average out when you lose some altitude. Might not be the case.
Yeah, I don't know. Because we're going up and down and up and down, and I'm just going to try to keep that from going too far in one direction or the other. Because as soon as we get like slightly up into the second layer of the atmosphere, then we start falling rapidly, and as soon as we get too far down in the atmosphere, then I just crash. So it's a balancing act. This ship is not well designed, but we can keep the balancing act up until we reach the North Pole, is the hope here.
This must says, yep, it's out. Your fuel may be getting too much O2 and doesn't have the thrust you need.
Oh, the fuel's getting too much O2. Does that mean I'm too low or too high? There's some stats for you if you're a nerd. I don't know how to read that.
This must says, sorry, not enough O2 too high is not enough and the fuel is stuffed.
Right.
TDM says, that's not good.
Right. Okay, so we're too high up. We need to go lower is what you're saying. So I'm just gonna let it go down on its own will and see where we balance out, I guess.
TDM says, I think you should aim for 5 kilometers.
Okay, let's do that. We'll get down to 5 kilometers. Hopefully without crashing and burning. I've lowered the engine power a little bit. Back to full. Try to stabilize it.
This must says, from what I know that is probably it. 55006 is probably ideal.
Right.
There is a thrust start somewhere.
The problem is that this plate is just genuinely not very well balanced. It's way too front heavy, so if I let go, then it just suddenly, it'll start nosediving. So I just need to keep an eye on it. We've made it pretty far. We've made it basically to the top of this sort of continental block here, and then we have this continental block, and then we're there. We'll be fine. But like, I take my eye off it for a second and we go up by 800 meters. I don't know what's happening with this plane. It's a weird one. And we have plenty of fuel. It should be fine to get us there. Is this central fuel even being used? Yes, it is. Okay. Look at that. We still have 4,400.
Helt north exactly. Yeah, of course.
Do I have a compass? Like, I know it, like this is kind of a compass.
SAYS. Why rescue the Kerbal's instead of recover the ship with the KERB in it?
Good question. Why not just recover the ship? Because that's not as fun. And I like leaving the ship crashed because
I'm the BIGRADLEN.
oh, I see what you mean. Okay. The reason is because I like having the ships on the ground because that's like a reminder of all like past experiences.
That's fair.
And it's more fun to actually go and rescue them than to like magically teleport them back, I guess.
Fagout.
Hello, Clunt. I see you're making good use of the text-to-speech, but don't you worry, there's no word filter on it. There's no censor other than emojis being filtered out. Literally nothing. You can say whatever you want on here.
Clunt says, you damn right, king.
I'm a free speech absolutist,
Clunt
even if
says,
that gets me banned.
Have a good night, king.
Thank you, Clunt. If I do in the future get like a warning on YouTube or something, like, hey, people said a bad word in your stream, you need to moderate that, then I'll probably just have someone moderate chat instead of having like an actual censor filter. I don't like doing that. I don't like censorship, so I don't want to use it on people. If I don't like being censored, why would I censor other people? That seems hypocritical of me. Okay, it seems we found a balance point.
Of course.
I know I'm technically off course, but like I'm judging on this line here. We've found that line. We're gonna end up like up here. It's just slightly off. We can do some turns when we're closer. Okay? We're just headed up for now. We can do more exact stuff later. There's plenty of time. It might have taken us an hour of streaming to even get here, but it'll be fine. Okay, I thought I had found a balance point in the height, but it seems we're going up again, which is weird, because I thought we naturally went down. Huh. I don't know anything about physics, is what's dawning on me.
This must size your speedings hicker no factory array at allower out so that
Right.
must have it.
So the plane is just going to keep trying to go up, and then go down, and then up and down, and up and down. Right? Because it's just going to keep like trying to go up, will run out of air, go back down, try to go back up once it has air. So I don't really need to try to balance it because it's going to balance
Yost
itself,
says,
hopefully.
why do you use subsonic engines?
I was told to use these engines by people in chat, okay? And I don't know if I have the Sonic stuff because I don't have the DLCs. I don't know if that's in that or what, but
TDM says, I love your
This
style of
must
just
say,
putting all
yes,
the
if it was a
cannot
little better
upfront.
balanced it would auto do it better, but you should be okay.
I love your style of just putting a big boy canard up front. I don't know much about proper flight etiquette or what part should go where. I just build what I think looks fucking awesome. I forget that I try to not swear in my like Minecraft channel stuff. and I forget about that sometimes, so I try to also not swear on stream, but like, I don't care. This is a stream, like 60 people are gonna see it. I can swear, it's fine. Far away. Oh, we are really... Oh, because the planet rotates, doesn't it? I forgot about that. I forgot about planetary rotational forces. That's why I'm off course. I understand now. How do I correct that? There.
Dismas says. Looks like from 6500 7200 you lose speed and then lose alt and below you have highest speed.
Ryan Bullock says, you have too much thrust at the front so your plane is pointing up.
Right, well, I'm gonna try to do some shifts in motion here. Just gonna try to turn a little bit. Regular old procedure, nothing scary. Try to get on that north line.
TDM says, use right.
I know. I'm getting there. Got a little bit of overheat, but that's just because this maneuver is a little risky, but...
Dismas says, if you turn the thrust down during the flight by right-clicking, you may be able to even that out.
Okay, so now we're pretty much straight on that line. Cost us like 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers of height, but...
Dismas says, for those front engines.
If you turn the thrust down during the flight by right-clicking, maybe even to even that out. Oh yeah! I could probably do that, but I don't know if I want to risk it, because if I turn one down and then if this one doesn't also turn down at the same time, they're just going to fling me to one side. Alright, well now we're headed straight north, so hopefully by the time we get up to the North Pole it's there.
Dismas says. Thrust limiter you could put to like 70 on both sides. You'll have time.
You know what, I'm going to listen to you. I'm just going to turn... Are they both turned down? No, they're not. Okay. Speed them a little bit at a time, on both sides. Come down to 70, as you said. About. Try to get them exact.
Dismas says, 78-85.
Alright, well now they're both on 70 on the front, and full on the back. I'm not really smart enough to know exactly what that means, but I have a general idea of what that means in my head, which is that thrust is limited. But look at that, it's such a smooth ride with definitely no concern at all, no problem. I think those are the... Are those the wheels that have been burned, or the wing? What's been burned here? Huh. Hopefully we won't need to do another crazy maneuver like that again. Now, the idea is we get up there, we get back down, right? Now, the easy way to do that would be to turn around and come back down instead of going all the way around the planet. So, we are going to need to make one more turn. Hopefully we can make that early on in when we get back up in the air so it doesn't cause us to break and crash. Because if we get another Kerbal stranded on the North Pole, that would be a problem. I just think this thing looks cool. I'm just a kid playing with toys at this point. I'm like, yeah, that looks cool. Throw it in the air. This is why I love Kerbal Space Program. It reminds me of my inner childish behavior.
Engineer says, 4.
Hello, engineer. Welcome. It's good to have an engineer here, because I'm an idiot. So hopefully your name is not a lie about your credentials.
Engineer says, right.
Dismas says, those thrusters are running them hot.
The thrusters are fine. Don't worry about it. Also, hi, engineer. Welcome. The question is, am I going to be able to land? Because I'm not good at landing. I have not practiced landing.
TDM6. Oh, that's worrying.
Is it? Does it say? Status normal. Nominal. That's good, right? Status nominal. Status nominal. It doesn't say, hey, you're overheating, so I think we're fine.
Dismas says, the landing will be hard. Remember to F5 quick save lol.
That's true. You know, I'm gonna quick save right now as well. I completely forgot that was a thing. Made it pretty far, so we're like halfway, basically. And we have plenty of fuel, so should be completely fine fuel-wise. In fact, maybe we could even siphon some fuel from the wreckage.
Remember me.
Yes, Deformed Coot, I do remember you from 20 minutes ago, yes.
TDM says, Yo is back.
Quick save cowards who don't believe in their own skill.
You know what, Bull? You're right. I do not believe in my own skill because I'm not a certified pilot. Nor am I a certified engineer, and this plane is certainly not safety certified, so...
Engineer says this will take a long time.
I know it will, but we're gonna do more fast-paced, exciting stuff later when we go up and rescue the satellite, okay? I'm doing this first because it is the most boring part.
TDM says, that's real.
Both says, you are a certified folklore and Kerbal
I love when the text-to-speech overlaps and I have to look up over the chat and actually see what people said. You're certified folklore and that makes you better than them nerds, exactly. Kerbals are hardly ever safety qualified in general, also true. Also, yeah, we have gotten pretty high, I didn't notice. Yeah, I know, TTS does overlap because I specifically coded it to. Originally, they did cut each other off. I coded them specifically to overlap because I'm not used to actually having that many people in chat. Like right now we have like 10 people in chat technically total, which is crazy to me. Usually I have like 3 people talking and that's it. So I'm glad to see all this turn out for Kerbals. In fact, we already have more views on this stream than on the previous stream, I think. So that's crazy. Maybe I'll become a Kerbal Space Program YouTuber. No, but I'm really glad to see it's working out. And so yes, the TTS does overlap.
Engineer says, 11 views.
Concurrent, yes, concurrent. But total clicks is higher than it was last stream. I'm looking at the statistics on my second monitor.
Engineer says, not much it slots.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with it. You know, usually we just have like 1, 2, or 3 people.
Says, I'd recommend coding in our delay.
I specifically did not. Because it's funnier this way. And if it gets to a point...
The algorithm saw me this goal from nowhere.
I'm very glad the algorithm is working in my favor. And I'm glad to see you all here having a good time.
Dismas says, just started playing this again last night on career. Added like 112 mods.
That's good.
Size. Where's Jeb?
Bob
and Val?
Where's Jeb, Bill, and Bob?
What's happening?
I don't know. And you want to know why I don't know? Because this save file is technically really old.
Engineer says, YouTube recommended Medis.
That's great. This save file is technically very old, and what ended up happening is that I looked... When I started this up again, I looked at my list of crew, and it just said that, like, the old Jebediah, Bill, and Bob...
engineer.
It just said they were missing and lost, and I don't know what that means. Hello, Samuel Loomis. Welcome. So yeah, Jebediah, Bill, and Bob are all missing and gone, and I have no idea where they are, because this save file is, like, as old as the game, almost. The save file is probably, like, 10 years old. Or however old the Steam full release is. I don't remember when I first played this. So, until further notice, Jeb, Bill, and Bob are probably dead. And I have no idea where in the galaxy they may or may not be. But yeah, no, I'm glad to see all these people, especially all these new people. It's rare that I get new people in chat, so I'm glad to see these Kerbal streams are going well. I'm very glad. So now we have Hileli, and she's going to go on a great old mission to rescue her
Mr.
crew.
Cannon
Look at that
says.
view.
Mr. Cannon
Mr.
says.
Cannon
Mr.
Cannon
says.
says. Ah.
Yeah, as you can see, there's no delay, so you can spam.
Engineer says. Stop
Yeah, I have been blessed by the almighty algorithm. I have nothing that can stop you from spamming chat and therefore overcrowding the TTS. It's funny for a bit, but if you do it too long, I will manually stop you. As much as I am for free speech, I don't think screaming just loudly constitutes free speech, does it? Unless you're like actually yelling something. You're just like yelling sound. You know, just to sit back, enjoy the flight, enjoy some snacks. Maybe, do you guys have like some chips you can simulate snacking on a plane? I mean, once we have some Kerbals in the actual passenger place, I can even like give you their POV and you'll see the very legitimate like plane view. Getting close, we're getting close. Gregford is gonna be rescued. Gregford and the boys. At the same time, you know, as iconic as Jeb, Bill, and Bob are to this game, I am kinda glad I don't have them, because then I can sort of form my own bond with these new Kerbals.
Dismas says, New Kerbal sized system almost
Engineer
med
says,
Maastricht
streaming.
Oh, hold on. What's happening to the wings? Why are they going hot?
Bad Tune says, hello mate. What's up?
Hey, Bad Tunes, welcome to the stream. What's up right now is that my wings are burning hot and I don't know why. Why is that a thing? Lower thrust a little bit maybe. What's happening, guys?
Dismas says, cut engines and let it cool.
Alright, let's cut engines. Let's just cruise.
Engineer
Dismas
says,
says, slow
wings
thrust.
are being R-Y-E-N-D.
Y. I'm sure it's fine, guys. We're just gonna coast a little bit. We're over the ocean, so it's not like we're gonna crash into the land. We're fine. Hello, we made it this far.
Sized matte. How is the rescue mission going?
The rescue mission is going. We are almost there. We're gonna rescue the Kerbals and bring them back home, and the wings are definitely not gonna fall off. Okay, but we do need to thrust a little bit to not nosedive into the ocean, though.
Dismas says, boys, they aren't cooling.
Boys, yeah, they're not cooling, so we're just gonna hope that they can make it. Because we have to pull up, or we're gonna crash in the ocean and die.
Bad Tunes SAYS. I hope I will be saved. I trust you, Captain.
Thank you for putting your trust in me. I am aware that you are all currently trapped on the North Pole, together with Gregford, but I'm gonna come save you, alright, chat? Don't worry about it. Just keep talking to me. You're not gonna freeze to death. You're gonna be safe.
So you will be stuck in the ocean if we accidentally land in the ocean or water.
If we crash in the ocean and Hileli gets stuck there, I'm gonna have to send a boat next.
Dismas says, guys in hat, are the engines giving heat to the wings?
And look, the wings are fine again. Yeah, it's just a momentary optical illusion.
Engineer says, good.
Don't worry, it's gonna be okay.
Bad Tune says, my Wi-Fi is waiting. How long will this take?
Don't worry about it. Just like a few more something. You'll be fine, okay? Your wife is fine.
Dismas size, that was rare.
Don't worry about it. The wings appearing red was merely an optical illusion of reflected sunlight on the very bright gray wings, okay? It's gonna be fine. You're all gonna make it home by Christmas. No, but like genuinely, chat, can I just say for a moment, you guys being here and actively talking in chat and having the TTS read it out, okay, there goes the wings again, is genuinely so cool to me. Like, this is my dream. When I do YouTube stuff, the best part of it for me is having a chat that is interactive and I can like have fun with.
Engineer says the reason the wings are being overheated is because of friction.
No, I told you, it's an illusion. It's the sun reflecting off the wings. It's just fake. It's an illusion. It's a lie. Okay, don't worry about it.
Engineer says go fast, greatest hit.
Okay, so now we're gonna have to balance act the wings too. Is that what you're telling me?
Bob Tunes says, "Row, you need an oxygen mask, guys. I have asthma."
Oxygen masks are not provided on this flight. You should have brought your own from home. That's not on us. You signed a waiver when you entered this rescue mission. Thank you.
Engineer says, nah, keep going.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Samuel Lunis says, I wasn't here during construction. Could you explain the design choice? Like engine type, quantity, and placement?
Yes, I can explain to you all the aspects of construction. So, the design choices, I wanted to use the big ramp and have people who are rescued come up inside via the big ramp. And the engine type was chosen by someone in chat. The quantity and placement is just whatever I thought looked coolest. 3-star rating, the captain's a jerk, but the plane is top notch. Like, listen, I'm not the captain, okay? Hilali is the captain. I'm just the control crew, okay?
At least if the wings
Don't insult the captain like that.
So fast, he
Why
won't
do
have
the
to make
TTS
the
have such
Kerbal
as
walk
engineer
his
say?
course.
Open
He'll
the payload
probably be a
door.
bit
I'm not
too
gonna open the payload door. Also, now only... Okay, the wings are fine again. The wings are fine again. We're gonna be okay, guys. Why does the TTS have such a strong accent? I can explain that too, because the voice that the TTS uses is the same voice that Google Translate
KBM
uses.
says, that is very warm.
It's just a way to warm up the passengers, okay? You guys have nice and cozy warm seats because of the engine overheating. Anyway, yeah, so it's using the Google Translate voices, and I have it set up to pick one randomly from like 11 different languages. So some are female, some are male, some have accents, some don't. Like there's English, and there's Japanese, and there's Welsh, and all sorts of stuff. Because I just think it's funny, and it creates some diversity, and it makes it a lot less annoying if the planes have different voices.
2-star rating, my seat doesn't vibrate anymore. The planner is going too smooth.
2-star rating, the seat doesn't vibrate anymore, my plane ride is too smooth. Okay, you want it to be less smooth? Because I can do that.
Engineer says, wings are rare, this is peanut.
Yeah, it's part of the design choice. Look, like our flag is red, the wings turn red, it's all part of the plan. If you want Hilali to give you a bit more of a bumpy ride, I'm sure she can provide.
Samuel Lunis says, I knew I heard the Google Japanese voice.
I knew I heard the Google Japanese voice. Listen, it was either this or the Microsoft voices, and those are even more robotic, okay? This was the best I could do on a budget. And with very limited programming knowledge, and not wanting to use Streamlabs. Okay, we're actually very close to the ground. When did we reach 25 kilometers? Oh, God. No, come on, we made it this far!
This must
Hilali!
says, I have a summer crazy astragric snow with fosse wind straps.
Don't worry about it, the wind will cool the wings down. Look at that. The wind is cold and it cools it down. That's why we're going to the North Pole. It's going to cool the plane down. Calm down!
We need a bumpy ride. I need my THIE message.
We need a bumpy ride. I need my massage. Is there landing wheels? Yes, there are landing wheels. I thought about that. Don't worry. I can land the plane, okay? We're going to the North Pole. The ice is going to cool down the wings. I thought about everything. This is fine.
FM again.
That's true. That's true. You're so right. You're so right. This is why I have you, chat. This is why I have you. Okay, we are veering off very far away from the North Pole, I feel. I think we need to do another turn, but that might kill us. Do we turn, chat?
Engineer says, this might take hours.
No, like 20 minutes max to get there.
Engineer size or minutes.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Lest play media.
Skipten Gichote.
Samuel Loomis SAYS gradual turn.
So I take my eyes off this for a second and we rise by like 5,000 meters. Like, this isn't healthy. Okay, let's do a gradual, ever so slight turn here. Just try to get back on that north direction. I don't know why we veered off it in the first place. The plane was pretty straight. But we can try without breaking everything, hopefully.
Engineer
Enjoy the
says,
bumps.
turn slowly.
Enjoy the bumps. 0 on the directional ball is due north. Right.
Bob Toon says, Ilove how diverse our planet is. 4-star rating.
Yeah, the entire planet is just sort of the same bumpy, vacant green hills. And that's very diverse. There's some mountains over there, though. Look at that. Take a look at that view, huh? You don't need to tell me, like, I'm bringing you places. I'm taking you all over the world for this rescue mission, alright? You're gonna see most of it, just not, like, the back half. But don't worry about the back half. The back half is not important.
Dismas says, CDM says, too warm for comfort. We are the wings red.
Too warm for comfort. Why are the wings red? Don't worry about it. It's part of the design choice. It's an illusion from the sun. I told you this. Calm down, chat. Calm down. We need cool heads if we're gonna make this flight work, okay? We're gonna get up to the North Pole. The North Pole is gonna cool down all of your heating problems, okay?
Engineer says, also one question, is there a space station orbiting the Earth, aka Kerbal?
Good question. That is part 2 of the rescue mission. We do have a satellite in orbit. The satellite has a person on it. We're gonna try to bring them down today because the last time we tried to bring anyone, we crashed on the North Pole.
So beautiful.
If you want to watch the last stream for context, basically what happened was we sent a rocket into space, it dropped off a satellite, and then when it tried to re-enter Earth's orbit and land, it crashed in the North Pole. But the people survived, and that's where we're going to rescue them. This is the view that we pay for, so beautiful. Very true. Very true. Look at that view. You can see the moon, which is pretty cool. There's a star there. The sun is there. Don't stare at it too long.
Bob Toon says, I think Mars has more water than this.
The ocean's right over there. What are you talking about? We crossed it earlier. Now, I know that this looks bad, and there's a lot of health bars, and there's a little overheat sign right there. I know it looks bad, okay, chat? But don't worry about it.
Samuel Loomis SAYS. The lower you fly, the slower you have to go.
Oh god, what happened? Oh no! The wing! That's not good. That's not good. Cut the engines, cut the engines, cut the engines! Okay, the engines cut themselves,
That dude
apparently.
says, we didn't get any food.
Dismas says,
Oh no.
the clock engineer says,
Dismas says,
Don't worry.
Yep.
Don't worry, this is fine, this is fine. We planned for this. We have air brakes. We have the wings to glide. This is how I construct my planes. When we lose wings, we still have wings left. We're still flying half a plane. Calm down, chat. Calm down, chat.
TDM says, it was too warm.
It was too warm, yeah. No, don't worry, we're still flying half a jet.
TDM
We can do this.
says, parachute.
We can rescue this. We can do this. Those tiny wings are gonna keep us alive. Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Bob Toon says, my is kicking in.
Yeah, look at that. She's turning. She's turning. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Don't fail me now.
Engineer says,
I'm not
open
quick saving
the
now.
window.
This is far too gone to quick save. I can make quick load.
Bob Toon says, hello.
Look at that. She's turning back up. I saved it, chat.
TDM says, no chance.
This is why I pay the engineers the big bucks. The double wings served their purpose.
Dismas SAYS. The front jets that burn.
You know what? I'm gonna take off the limiters.
Don't pull up too much.
Turning off the limiters. Turning off the inhibitors. It's working. My crazy
But
design has
Jesus
worked.
Swear you will give you a 5-star rating. Give me mask. I don't want to die. God, please.
Samuel Loomis says, higher AOA will cause you to style.
I don't even know what an AOA is. Okay, we might have a lot less fuel now, but we also have a lot less weight. So we're gonna be fine, okay? This is why I built 4 wings, so that if 2 fall off, we still have 2 left. And that's all a plane needs.
Samuel Loomis says, angle of attack.
Angle of attack, right, okay. I assume that has to do with this big old ball. Okay, right now we're going sideways, so we really need to turn north here.
TDM says, rescue the rescue.
Rescue the rescue. Don't worry, Chad, it's gonna be okay.
Engineer says, very normal plane
time.
design. Do you have funny landing gears at the moment?
We still have all 4 landing gears, and I think they're all still not broken. We're gonna be okay, Chad. You question my design integrity. Those wings were always meant to fall off, you fools!
Lost says, angle relative to airflow, so prograde.
You want me to be prograde? Should I click the prograde button? We're so close. I can smell the North Pole. We came this far. Come on. We can do this. Hang in there, Hilali. Listen, those wings were always meant to be detachable, okay?
Samuel Loomis says, those were bad wings anyway.
Yeah.
That this plane doesn't have funny flight attendant.
Those were bad wings anyway. Isn't it suspicious that this plane doesn't have any flight attendants? I'm your flight attendant. I just haven't been attending you because I have better things to do, okay?
TDM says, leap wings.
You don't even... there were never any wings.
Weight reduction.
Yeah, it was weight reduction. We just threw all your baggage out, okay? There were never any wings on this plane. You've been lied to. Except for the wings we currently have, there were never any wings on this plane.
TDMS AYS A gift to the class still going for North Pole rescue.
Engineer
Yes.
says, air drag.
We're still going to the North Pole, and we're very close. You can see it on the horizon. Well, you can't see it on this horizon, but...
When they start serving free apple juice and pretzels, you know we are all going too deep.
to deep. Oh, I love the language voices. Okay, we're back on track to hit the North Pole. Don't worry about it. We're gonna rescue Gregford. We're all gonna be fine. We still have plenty of fuel. We might have half the fuel capacity now, but...
Samuel Loomis says, you wonder if we could get one of those multiplayer mods to work.
That would be cool. I didn't know that was a thing. That'd be cool. It's so fun to actually have you guys in chat, though. You guys have no idea how good this makes me feel. Ever since I ever started making videos and streams, all I ever wanted was to have an interactive community. Because I'm lonely and don't have many friends. But don't worry about that. I'll be fine. We're gonna go to the North Pole and we're gonna rescue the
This
Kerbals.
plan has been in distress for way too long. He didn't get my food and didn't
The
receive
worst
any
size
oxygen mask. 0-star rating. Let me talk with your captain.
You want to talk to Hilali? Hold on. Yeah, she can't talk to you right now. She's busy driving the plane. Listen, you can talk to the captain when we land and pick up the other Kerbals, okay? Chat, okay. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I am realizing a potential problem. Without those non-existent back wings, do you think we can actually take off again once we land? Imagine misclicking EVA. I was thinking about that. They're way too close for comfort. But, you know, I'm a little bit concerned that once we land, we're not going to be able to take off again, at which point we will have to maybe send another rescue plane. Unless we quick load, which is the coward's way out. Could quick load and get the wings back, but I know my chat are not a bunch of cowards, now are ya? Okay, I think my TTS reader broke again. Hold on. Should pause real quick so I can redo my thing here. Come on. Do it. Why aren't you doing it? There. Okay. Reader should be live again. Sometimes it stops. I don't know why. So let me just read out your last couple of messages.
Says, T.
Character break. Oh, this is so
must
sweet.
says,
Being an interactive stream is also
shit,
cool, and the way you said it melted my heart. Thank you. I was thinking about that. If you're flying, it's possible, but you bring up a valid point. Yep. You have Crusader Kings? Yes, I do. Now, welcome back to the... Just forget about that, okay? My code works flawlessly.
Ro says, interactive stream is comforting.
Yes, I absolutely love interactive streams. And that is why streamers whose streams focus more on, like, the community aspect of things, like Doug, who, like, their entire channel is based on the viewership, I find that so much more entertaining than ones that are just purely by themselves. Obviously, there's still some good ones, you know, Jacksepticeye, Dashi, but I love the interaction part of things, and that's why I like streaming.
TDM says, where's the Sigma Rizzler guy from ages ago?
Ah, don't worry, I'm sure he didn't fall off the wing. What am I talking about? There never was a back wing. That's media propaganda. The Albatross is gonna make it, even if her wings are a little clipped, okay? The Albatross is a fine ship.
Samuel Loomis says, can you pitch the plane down until the altitude change is at zero? Engineers want to see why does your voice sound plane similar to
I'm also
Harbor's?
on a weed viewer.
Why does your voice sound so similar to Charborg's? I don't know. This is just the voice I have. Slightly played up because I'm on stream and that's the inner, like, theater kid in me, but I don't know. I don't know why I sound similar to some guy. Why do you sound similar to some other guy that sounds similar to you? Okay, I don't know. I don't control these things.
TDM says, we're close.
This
Oh yeah,
must
we're
serve.
so close.
Whoever decided to charter an Airbus for on a Kerbal is a logistical choice.
Listen, we don't consult experts in this space company. What do you call it? What do you call a spaceship company? There's a word for that, right? Listen, we don't listen to the experts here, okay? At this facility, it's the rule of cool, okay?
Bad Tunes says, Dung Dung is one
Dung
of the
Dung.
coolest streamers
TDM
ever.
says,
And it
only
would
suffer
be
the
my
minor
Oh god, a lot of people are talking now. Agency, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, chat. Agency. Space agency.
Dismas says, I probably could just sit in the copilot seat with you.
Eminer says,
Dung Dung is one of the coolest streamers ever. It'd be cool if we could get a big like him and get a fan base going. Yes. Only suffered a minor unplanned aerodynamic device disintegration. Don't worry about it. Keep using those big fancy words and make people forget. Now I have two worries. One, we might not be able to take off again and also be trapped on the North Pole. Two, we might run out of fuel. But maybe we can siphon some fuel from the wreckage. Maybe. We can be like vampires of fuel.
Samuel Loomis says, you won't be able to take off unless there's a convenient lead shore ramp.
Okay, hear me out. Those mountains look kind of rampy to me. Also, we need to start turning.
Dismas says, you look like
It
the
turns a lot
LCD
easier now,
that
to be
just
fair.
kicked in.
It literally looks like the LCD just kicked in. She's having a grand time. I would absolutely love if we could get a community like the Doug one. So, you know, if you want that to happen, feel free to
This
share
must
these
be
streams with all your friends. LSD, right? I also forgot that it was LSD and not LCD.
Engineer says, I believe the North Pole surface is flat.
Well, here it has a little mountain range, so I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be
Bad
fine.
Tune says, this plan is my family. My wife Asha is probably moved on.
No, your wife is definitely loyal and not cucking you back at home. Don't worry about it. In fact, we have a policy that if you get home and your wife has been cucking you while you were on this flight, you do get a refund. That is the only way you can get a refund. There's no other refunds. And you did sign life insurance, right? Because if you didn't, that's a problem. We're pretty much going to be right there. I'm going to land just generally on the North Pole and then have the guys walk here. I'm not going to guarantee that we'll land right next to them, okay? They can walk across the North Pole. It is flat. Like the world.
Lost says, let me call my wife then, can't afford this. Dismas says,
Wait.
fun fact, the airstrip at Kerbal HQ is flat but cabin isn't. The slight slope on the pole might be downhill.
That's true. Are you saying you're... Hold on, Lost. Are you saying you're going to call your wife to tell her to cuck you so that you can get a refund. Is that what you're saying? It's so dark up here now. Where is the sun?
バッドチューンズ
Says,
SAYS 4 Love the quick refund I would
Yes.
have been cool if I had gotten this on the previous flight.
Don't worry about the previous flight. It never happened. There is no flight records because we don't keep records because we think about how we look to the outside world, okay? If people knew about our flight records, we would be in trouble. So we don't keep them. We're almost there, chat.
Engineer says, the sun. Engineer says, sun.
There is the sun. Doo -doo -doo -doo. This game is so cool, man.
Samuel Loomis says, why not fly higher earlier on?
Good question. The answer is, Hileli here is an engineer, not a pilot. And she was not instructed on how to actually fly this thing at all.
Dismas says, as long as the rescue doesn't make him sit on the North Polar runway for 3 hours, it's still OMG, I have my last sun for so long. He was a professional gamer.
Oh, I'm glad I could bless you with the sun there for a change, you know. It's summertime. You should go out on a walk sometime. It'll make you feel good. Unless some medical issue is preventing you from... Look at that! We can see the ice! We can see the North Pole on the horizon. We are at least going to make it to our destination. The return flight is a bit more tenuous, but we're going to make it there. I told you, Chad. Have faith in me.
Engineer says, the snow.
Yes! We can see the snow. We're gonna make it, Chad.
Dismas says, nighttime landing unknown with surface and
Matthew
paranoia
says,
That's
now
true.
I just want to touch grass.
Just guys,
Goddamn land, the plan is somewhere.
just get land anywhere. I just want to touch the grass. No, we're gonna land in the snow. You're gonna touch snow. It's just as good for you. Listen, okay. It's very true that we are landing on a somewhat unlit surface with no runway, and no lights. I did ask if we should have added lights, but yeah, the engineer are doing a fine job. I do precisely for that reason have the air brakes and the parachutes. Okay, even if it's a bad landing, it will be a landing.
Imagine being the Strandi, seeing a wingless metal tube sluggishly roll towards him to be his saving grace.
Yeah, you're one of the people stranded, and this thing is what's coming to rescue you. I'd be very concerned, especially considering the last flight you got on with this
Samuel
company
Loomis
did in
says,
fact crash on the North
When
Pole.
landing, do not cut throttle until your wheels touch the ground. You want to maintain speed in case of an abort.
Right, but you do want to like lower thrust, right? Like don't cut it entirely, but like lower it, right?
Engineer says, small wings.
Listen, it's not about the size of the wings, it's about how you use them, okay? And Hileli is doing a fine job using the wings.
Samuel
Loomis
sized, yes.
There were never any big wings, okay?
Bob Toon says, food please.
Yeah, we're gonna...
This must
When we
says,
land, you will get
maybe
some
full
food.
sub for light.
Agreed.
No, I'm gonna do a quick save, yeah. We're gonna save this as snow. So we made it to the snow, and we're gonna land. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna get food when we land, okay? When we land, I will have the time to go behind into the cabin crew and into the passage area and distribute some chips and some soda,
Bad
okay?
Tunes says, oh, nothing, just being without food.
You
Nothing
can
of
make it
your
a few
culture.
hours of flying without dying of starvation. You'll be fine. Okay? We're gonna distribute some nice boxer chips and some cola, and you're all gonna be fine. Here we are getting a bit of drag here. Might be a bit of a turbulent landing, but you're gonna be fine, okay? And look at that! Look at that! North Pole survivors, they're there! 93 kilometers left, chat! 93 kilometers left. And we're moving at 300 meters a second, so somebody can do the calculations on the time. And we'll be fine.
Dismas says, you can see the location
Dismas
square.
says, yeah.
Yeah, we can see them. 80 kilometers, 88
TLM
kilometers.
says, you.
We might be very dangerously low on fuel, but we can at least make it to them and give them some company.
Bad Tunes says, by the way, he still have asthma. Don't forget about that. Boys, he don't think he will
TDM
make it.
says, It will take 31 metric seconds.
31. Okay, well, don't worry about it, Bad Tunes. The air on the North Pole is famously rich, okay? Definitely not very low on air quality at all. You'll be fine. We're so close. I actually can't believe it. But, like, we're definitely not making it home, right? I feel like we're all aware of this. The chances of us getting home is very small. In fact, I think this stream, this rescue mission might just entirely be a fail, right? Feel like we're aware of that?
Dismas says, but seriously bets on if this is landing.
Oh, yeah. Let's take some bets. Who thinks we're gonna actually successfully land or not? Most of you are unfamiliar with me and my landing skills, so I want to see how many people have actual faith in me making this landing.
CDMCs, no worries, just rescue the rescue.
True, we will rescue the rescue. We'll make an even bigger plane that's even better at rescuing. It's gonna be awesome.
This mass size, Pimdeg minus Pimdeg.
50-50 at best. Sure. I feel like you're having way too much faith in me, even with that.
Partners size, rescue telonesol.
Yeah, we gotta...
Engineer says, rescue the rescue the rescue.
Yeah, it's good.
エンジニア SAYS
PDM Small Distant Winch for Minimal Drag. Genius Engineering.
Yeah, genius engineering. Yeah, Norwegian engineering. It's the best in the world. Now,
LOST
no
says,
yelling.
I believe.
Thank you for your belief. No yelling in the cabin, please. Let's keep a calm so that the pilot can focus. She's definitely not on LSD. We're about 53 kilometers away. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be epic. And is that a very bumpy surface, or is it a relatively flat surface? I can't tell.
Engineer size, white hole on
Engineer says,
Engineer says, but they don't.
Feel free to try. I think the only limit is however long the limit of the chat is, because it will. The way the code works, it takes your message from chat and puts it into my code.
Lost belief in our captain. This announcer guy is a jack. So,
Well, don't worry. You're free to stay on the North Pole, Bad
Dismas
Tunes.
says, keep no seat when landing. Touch at low speeds. Press B for brace and pump it.
Yes, I understand the premise on how to land. It's just a matter of if I can pull it off. 41 kilometers away. I'm going to start moving down a little. Start losing some altitude. We might land like 20 kilometers away from them. They can walk that distance, it's fine. As long as we can actually pull back up again once we land, it's going to be great.
Bob Tune says, the sun is so close.
The sun is so close, man. It's right there. I can almost touch it. Yeah, I'm gonna crash into the sun, guys. Boom.
Dismas says, looking directly into the sun gives eye pose.
That's very true. Okay, we might not be landing right next to them. We're gonna land like this way, but they can walk that way. Okay, it's fine. Try to turn in a little bit, just to make the life easier for Greg and his crew, who have probably been freezing to death for the past few hours.
Engineer says, landing.
Yeah, we're gonna be landing, boys. We made it this far. How good of a landing it is entirely unknown. But we're gonna try. And I'm gonna quick save.
Bad Tune says, bad that nothing is
Rosa
real
Israel
in this
says,
world.
almost dead.
Yeah, he believe in the video game theory. And I am not crazy.
Crazy problem here, though. We're still moving at like nearly 300 meters a second, and we're getting dangerously close. So I'm concerned. Maybe that's just me. We're under 20 kilometers. They can walk that distance. It's fine. See, our speed is slowing down dramatically. These air brakes are doing wonderful.
Eminer says you cannot se ground.
Engineer says, only white.
LOST says.
Don't worry, you'll see a shadow.
Cat engines to you and
This must
We're actually
says,
tipping a bit too much
don't
forward
start.
here. We're almost a bit we're tipping a bit too far forward here.
Says,
Hold on.
easy just avoid. Baldtune says,
Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna take out the landing wheels. Look at that, they're still all functional. I was a bit worried about that actually. Gonna be a good, great landing, okay? It's gonna be awesome.
Dismas says, speed should be 80 bis 110.
Okay, good, because that is what we're approaching.
Dismas says, on touch.
Oh,
Engineer
God.
says, oh.
Lost says,
As soon as I stop the
Lufan
engines, we're just gonna start putting
18
down, which is
kilometers.
not good. Also, we are not flying straight at all.
Bad Tunes SAYS.
Oh god, you know what? I'm pulling the
My
chutes.
wife isn't cutting me. I will go home.
The good news is... Okay, it doesn't work.
Engineer says, oh no.
The good news
Dismas
is...
says, date.
None of you have to worry about the home journey.
Roses says, OHH no.
Don't worry, we can try again. We can try. Where's the, snow is there. Which one was, this one, right? Persistent. Load this. We're gonna try again. The problem is we're too front heavy, so as soon as I drop the engines even a little bit, we start dipping down too
Baldtune
much.
says, my wife is probably cucking me now.
Don't worry
Dismas
about it.
says, I want a refund for this unconsensual dismemberment.
I told you there's no refunds for that. You need to take out your own life insurance
Roses.
policy.
engineer
Time to
says,
rescue the rescuer.
maybe go slower when landing.
Very true. I'm gonna try to turn in a little bit more because we know we're gonna be way too much to the side for those guys. Don't worry, that what just the crash that just happened, that was just a vision into one of many possible futures.
Lost says, can you transfer fuel further back?
Probably not.
Engineer SAYS. ITS just payload.
Yeah, like all the weight is in the front after we lost the wings and back engine. All the weight is in the front. There's barely any weight in the bottom half of this plane.
But Tunes said, rescue guy, don't lose hope. The plane is nowhere near you. But don't lose hope. They will probably survive on a more day.
It's gonna be fine. You know, this time we're not gonna die, hopefully. I still don't think we can even take off again. But here's my idea, right? So the whole reason I made this this plane so big is that I wanted to do the whole like cargo bay thing. It was going to be an epic rescue, but maybe we should instead just build a faster, more maneuverable, easy to land jet that has capacity for all the 3 people we need to save, because I think we can do that. We don't have to do this whole cargo plane thing that I'm trying to do. You know?
Baldtune says, why we flying this shitty planet
Don't
again?
call my plane shitty. I don't care if it is shitty, you don't
This
call it
must
that.
serve.
That's rude.
The landing gears being that parallel is nightmare material.
The landing gears being parallel is nightmare, is it? I thought the landing gears were fine. Don't worry that it says overheat. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
But Toon says, ugh, because we died in this the watch.
Don't worry about it.
Size give your near the ground. Engineer says, click save.
It's gonna be fine. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Shush, shush, shush. I just realized how close to the ground we were, okay? I'm not paying attention. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Dismas says, planes IRL have them out on the wings
Dismas
full more
says,
surface all
let's
for
say,
a wider
baby,
support
go
so
home.
it rolls
Yeah, you
less.
should pray. Okay, yeah, that's
Engineer
true.
says, this IS
I was going to put the back wheels on the back wings, but as you can see, we no longer have the back wings, so you should be thanking me for making sure you at least have wheels. Okay, I put them on the most stable part of the entire plane, which was rather forward-thinking of me, I think. This is fine. Okay, don't worry. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna go home and you're gonna see your wives, and they're not gonna be cooking you.
Bob Toon
Unless you want
says,
to.
リズマス
thank you.
SAYS This is better given the situation.
Yeah, exactly. Much better. And thank you for thanking me. That means a lot. Look, the overheat is going back down. You're gonna be fine. Okay? And I know that we're going up, and we're supposed to be landing.
Engineer
Don't worry
says,
about it. Get it out of your system. Yeah.
Dismas says, that's such an unenthusiastic.
Yeah, no, thank you for screaming quietly.
Bactune says, it might be a conspiracy, but I don't believe that the captain is real.
She's very much so real, okay? She's right there. You can see her on your passenger seat TV screen. We give a captain POV on these flights here at the Folklore Space Agency.
Engineer says, okay.
It's gonna be fine. We're coasting, we're cruising. It's all gonna be okay.
Bad Tune says, why the engine slowing down?
Because I'm going in for a landing. And you're gonna survive this time.
But Toon says,
Engineer says,
this is
should
not my
have
home.
been Japanese or English when I am screaming.
Yeah. Oh god, why is it turning like that? Control yourself, plane. Why do you want to point down so badly? I know the weight is all in the front. Point down, man.
Engineer says, B.
B! This is good news. We can be bees. This is good news, Mark. We can finally be bees. And look, this time we're only 16 kilometers away. Much better. It's all gonna be a-okay, chat. Didn't even need the brakes. We're already down to 100 meters per second.
Engineer says, vive.
Bibe. Unless you get the English, it's gonna sound weird.
Bob Toon says, guys, my home is in Russia. Why is he landing
If
here?
your home is in Russia, I'm afraid you're on the wrong planet entirely. This is Kerbal? We are coming down at an angle, which is not ideal.
Dismas
I don't know why
says,
it's
wrong
like that.
planet.
Why
buddy.
are you doing that, plane? I'm not supposed to be doing that. It's not that. No, that's the wrong side too. What is... what? Turns too good. I don't know why it's acting like this, chat. I don't know. Maybe something broke on one of the back rudders or something, I don't know. But at least now we're pointing more towards them. That's good. Think about the positives, chat.
Chuck Hackler says, have you play very autistic game Rimworld the wrong planet have 14,000 hour in Rimworld.
I am not in
Get
favor
update for
I am not
the season.
autistic enough for that. I am autistic, but not enough for Rimworld. Too stupid. I'm stupid autistic, not smart autistic. If you couldn't tell. Listen, this might be a very bad landing, but it's a landing and it's our landing, so take some damn pride in it. Why are we coming in sideways? There's nothing about this that should be going sideways. As far as I can see. It's gonna be fine, okay? It's gonna be fine.
Chuck Hackler says, that is very unfortunate. I hope you get medical care, my friend.
Engineer says,
Bad Tunes says, I need to go home to Earth.
Look at that, chat. Totally good landing. Damn it!
Dismas says, bro, the wheels make it look like an economic failure of a shopping cart.
Even the one broken wheel and everything.
OMG, it landed.
It kinda landed, we only lost one wheel.
Bad Tune says,
Oh, and our
"Oops,
engines
died
too.
again."
So we're definitely not taking off anytime soon. Okay, so here's my question, chat. Do we leave Hillary here?
Roses.
Engineer says,
Back to try the
tilted a
next try.
bit.
Like, do we leave Hillary here as part of the people that need to be rescued and send
Bad
up a
Tune
better...
says, no way
what
anyone is
happened?
alive in this.
Well, TDM, we tried to land and it didn't go great. We lost all our engines, so Hillary is also stranded. We can send Hillary back and try again, or we leave Hillary as part of the people needing rescue and we build a different rescue ship. And I'm leaning towards building a different rescue ship because this ship has way too many problems. Also, we are sliding. Is that because we're on ice?
You build plane very wrong, sir. I also play 1,300 hour of KSP and is very interested in center of mass and lift of this plane. Partners size rescue.
I'm going to go back to space.
Samuel Loomis says, don't revert the progress from your biggest stream.
True, very true. We're gonna leave Hillary there. We still
Rose
have one more
Rose
Kerbal.
says, new one.
TDMS AYS don't worry ITS
Engineer
just an unplanned on-ground disorientation.
Very true. Unplanned on-ground disorientation.
Bad Tune says, I need to go to Earth first.
Ooh, helicopter. I don't think I have helicopter parts. Like, I don't have the DLC. Oh, let me show
Dismas
you
says, double rescue time.
the
Assemble
Mark
the
IV.
Kerb Vengers.
Let me show you what the center looks like here. The problem mainly is that the wings with the back engines fell off.
Chuck Huckle says, center of lift must be slightly behind center of mass, my friend.
Yeah, I
TDM
know.
says, I think you
Engineer
should make a
says,
supersonic
we could just
plane.
use the thrusters.
I don't think I have the supersonic stuff either, because I don't have the parts. I
Chuck
don't
Huckler
think.
says, O is very high.
Yeah, so we're gonna make a new one. We're gonna make a new ship.
Switch crew cabin and fuel.
With tie parts.
We're gonna make a new ship, and it's gonna be a much better ship. Okay, we're gonna make something that has room for all
Bad Tunes
5
says,
people.
anything for
AYS
this.
those engine on the front AHVE
We're
to
gonna make a
go.
better ship. Okay.
TDM says,
How many people do we still have in our
rescue.
available crew? Hold on. Oh wait, we got people back. Look at that. Jebediah, Bill, Bob, Valentina, Billy Bob. They're all back.
Baptun says, I believe.
Now we have the people we need. We have the veterans.
Engineer says,
Engineer
Phantom
says,
views
We
in
have the
this
veterans. We can do this.
field. Lost says,
you. TDM says,
The veterans are
yes.
back to rescue the new people who got trapped. So we need
Chuck Hackler
something.
says, plan a use 3
with a lot of
landing wheel
room.
for
This
reason.
must
This has
Tripod is
capacity
more
of
stable
two.
than 4
Yeah,
legs.
Capacity of 2, so combined that's 4. But we need a total of 5 because we need the one guy who's on the plane and we need the 4 people who are trapped.
TTP.
This is a job for Jeb. That's very true. Okay, so let's figure out how to make something with a capacity of 5 So if we do, like, no, this with that, right? That's a capacity of 4, which is almost enough. So what if we do this?
Samuel Loomis says,
And that in theory
"There
has
are
enough
crew
room,
cabin in a different tab."
right? So we don't need
TDM
Bill,
says, wow.
we just need Jeb. And then that's enough
Engineer
room.
says, aerodynamic.
That's
Engineer
enough room for
size,
everyone
please.
else. So this is the main cockpit area, okay? We're gonna add some ladders so that they can get in.
TDM says, utility tab has crew cabin.
I know that there is
Chuck
like
Huckler says, so heavy already.
Lost says, "Beautiful."
okay, hold on. 'Cause I know that there is like a crew cabin, passenger
Bartune
modules.
says,
but
Marcus something smaller.
Oh,
Maybe
wait.
that planner was too big.
that's true. We want smaller. Hold on. Let me see what you mean now. We have actual crew cabins for this shape. How many people can fit in there? 4. And then it's 2 in there, right? So we should have, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay,
This
more
must
than enough.
says,
Get out of here, Bill.
MK2 cabin, I believe, and crew cabin.
Yeah, so this is good. This is good. I like this. I like this. This looks fast. It looks sleek. We're gonna build basically a jet. Okay?
Dismas says, that works too.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Just you wait. Now let's figure out how to do this. So I want to use this piece here.
TDM says, CCCPR flag.
That has oxidizer, and we didn't want that, right? We wanted to have no oxidizer, according to what someone else said, which might be wrong. I don't know these things.
Dismas says, 2G, one on top of each wing may work.
Samuel Loomis says, fun fact, this part is have lift.
These parts have lift? Well, that helps. And then let's do some wings. I'm gonna try to do something cool with these. Okay? Okay, these might be a bit big
No
for
joke.
this.
This plane will be an engineering breakthrough.
Yes. I'm gonna try to make sure the wings are a little high up, that we can put engines underneath and have like it's gonna be awesome. Just you wait and see, okay? Just you wait. We're building a real
Neptune
ass jet
says,
right now.
balance the load on
Tidim
the
says,
plan.
use the big S-wing pieces.
Use the big ass ones. You sure? Because I feel like they're too big. They're going to cause a lot of issues.
Chuck Huckler says, forward aileron creates
TDM
leverage to keep
says,
plane level.
they
Don't
can
need
carry
so much
fuel too,
lift.
and is much more headrest.
Very true.
Baptun says, can we get cleaner
Dismas
wings?
SAYS. More wing is better than not enough. As seen last flight.
Okay, bear with me, chat. Huh? 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 What do we think?
Chuck Huckler says, move big wings back,
Engineer
puis small wing en
says,
front.
That sounds like an approved to me.
Claire says, Dismas OMG, it looks like a bird.
This is not final, okay? We're gonna add a lot more to this. Engineer, calm down. This is gonna be awesome, okay? Just you
Bobtoon
wait.
says, this is the future.
This is the future indeed. And these are gonna carry a bunch of fuel.
Samuel Loomis says, you might want one more fuselage segment for stability and more fuel.
One more fuselage stability for
TDM
fuel.
says,
True.
but they recommend big S wings.
Very true. Fuselage short.
Lost says,
Remove the
I've spent
oxidizer.
100 of hour building planes in this game. This is pain. No offense.
Yeah, no worries. I
Chuck
don't take
Hackler
offense.
says, Use advanced canard as forward aileron.
What? Use advanced canard as forward aileron. Canard. Do I have that? Advanced canard. For the front wings, do you mean?
Baptun says. The design is genuinely clean ASF.
See, I don't make stuff that's practical or functional. I make stuff that, as the kids say, generates aura, okay? Is that what you mean? That looks like a hook. That's kind of sick, actually. And then like the jet thing where it's like two of the black ones, right?
Yes,
Bam.
it uses the tongue but it does not have black stripes.
It's the tank that does not have black stripes.
Samuel Loomis SAYS.
Oh,
If I
okay, I see what you mean.
recall, the advanced canards have a low heat tolerance SAYS. Chat, can you phase props into one another? Shin engine on top of each wing, hanging the body woodwork, like modern small jets.
Can you phase props into one another? The engines on top of each wing hugging the body would not work with modern small jets. We'll see.
TDM says. Wow.
Listen, I have a plan, okay? We're gonna bring back the Goliath. The Goliath I have faith in because it's really cool. I have faith in the Goliath, okay? We're gonna shift it obviously, but it's not gonna look like this, okay? Calm down. Calm down, chat.
Chuck Huckler says, why is text-to-speech very, very retard?
Don't worry.
Bismuth says, OMG.
But Tunes says, engineer, shouldn't you help with this?
Lost says, you can force part into one another year.
It's gonna be sick, okay? Don't worry about it.
Engineer says, right.
And these have fuel in them, and then yeah, okay. That, right. Listen, calm down. Listen, it's gonna be epic. Might be a bit too big, but we're gonna balance it out, right? So like.
Samuel Loomis says,
Chuck Huckler
please
says,
replace the fuel
this is
segment you
more
chose
to
with the long
gigantic
liquid fuel
turbojet.
bar.
Use inline engine with external scoop intake.
I hear you. Just, yeah.
Partners says, this is ready for commercial flying, boys. Lost says,
We need ladders.
too high landing gear will drastically increase odds of flipping.
That's okay. Yeah, that's true. We do need a ladder, which doesn't point that way. Right.
Engineer says,
Engineer
Ivorko
says,
suhat
fuck.
iwaskona sai.
We need better wheels. That's what I'm here.
Chuck Huckler says, my ancestors are crying.
My ancestors are crying. What do your ancestors have to do with this? Are they like German aerospace engineers? What?
Dismas says, those engine sizes are absurd.
Those engine sizes are absurd? Yeah. Absurd is what we do best, okay? Hold on though, chat. The people from the government are trying to call me. I'll be right back, okay? Just don't go anywhere. It's gonna be fine. We can talk.
Engineer says, nape jet small turbine engines. Bad Tunes
Lost
SAYS.
says, the
This
feds
is
got
what
him.
it will look like
Dismas
if
says,
someone tried to
Engineer
swing a
says,
plane but
oh.
something got screwed up.
Engineer says,
Dismas
okay,
says,
Dix 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 dix. Engineer says.
チャック・ハックラー SAYS Wait does he have text to speech running in
Bactium
PowerShell?
says.
Does
Maybe
this not
intergalactic
mean you
pirates
could
got
run
him.
Samuel
command on
Loomis says,
HIS
I
computer?
want
Dix,
the Japanese
Dix,
test to
Dix,
say
Dix, Dix,
pineapple
Dix, Dix,
juice.
Dix, 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 Dix. Dix, 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 Dix,
Bad
Dix,
Tune
Dix,
says,
Dix,
"This
Dix,
is
Dix."
chaos.
Yes, it's running in PowerShell. Don't try to run commands, please. I don't know if that'll work.
Engineer says, WTF.
Okay, so I just had to take a quick call from the people in the government. Don't worry about it. Are you saying we should make the engine smaller?
Dismas says, Xbox off.
Xbox off.
Bad Tunes says, pineapple.
Chuck Hackler says, some funny man will run script to uninstall your operating system.
Wait, what? I don't think it will be able to though, because it has like the
Bad
says
Tune says.
in front of it.
Pineapple.
It's gonna be fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. And if somebody does that, well, that's future me's problem.
Dismas says, delete
Bad Tunes says,
Win32.
pineapple.
Samuel Loomis says, pineapple juice.
What is it with the pineapple juice?
Lost SAYS
Engineer
/kill.
says. Do not delete
Slash kill.
SYSTEM32.
Bot Tune says, pineapple use.
I'm not gonna intentionally delete System 32. No. Is that better, Mr. Engine size people?
Engineer says.
Bad
NUI.
Tunes says,
Roseis
pineapple
Row
juice
says,
common Japanese
pineapple
will
juice.
say IT.
Dismas says, the seat is
That's
good.
good.
Hugging the body may help flight.
Do you have to worry about this clipping into stuff?
Claire says, it's almost like a plan now instead of shitpost.
Like, do we genuinely have to worry about
Bartnes
the
says,
ladder
pineapple
clipping?
juice.
Engineer says, pineapple juice.
We should be fine, right? Is that better, chat?
Dismas says, pineapple use. Samuel Loomis says, no seconder of thrust has to be in line with
Chuck
seconder
Hackler
of
Bad
mass.
Tunes
No ladder not
SAYS
clip Mr. Rain
Pineapple
from what I
juice
remember.
but
There
Japanese.
you got it. What else? We want my trusty radio parachutes, just in case. Don't worry. And my air brakes. Which
Bad
are-
Tune says, got it boys.
Dismas says,
Samuel
pineapple
Engineer
juice.
SAYS.
DIT.
Oh.
Gonna be fine. Oh, that's two, isn't it? It's not intentional. Gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Chuck Hackler says. Drag hooties are better for fast stop when landing, but
Engineer
actual
says,
skill is better.
Let me. What do we call this one? We called the big one the. I've called one ship the Falcon.
Lost
We've
says,
called one ship
like the stream.
the albatross. What's this? What's bird does this look like? That isn't falcon or albatross. I like the theme of calling ships birds. So what's this one?
バッドチューンズ
This must says,
SAYS
call it the
En la
Snoopos.
guía
Tiny
says,
Jack
I wonder how long can the tetes last.
Very long.
Tedium says, Vulcan.
Vulcan.
A lost
Ooh.
size kiwi.
Okay, chat, are we thinking Vulcan or Kiwi? Those are your options.
Chuck Hackler says, Fat Cock Falcon.
Fat cock Falcon.
TDM says, Peregrine.
Rose is a roses.
Hawk.
Oh.
Hawk is also good. I like the irony of Kiwi.
Engineer says, me stream lagged.
Dismas says,
White
Quality
booby.
white booby.
Do we have other color variations on this piece? No. There's no color variation on these. Damn.
サミュエル・ルーミス SAYS 愛生シーガル with the
Yeah.
long wingspan and short body.
It does kind of give me seagull vibes, actually.
Dismas says, Russian Sajinak Booby is prime.
We're gonna call this the seagull. And we're gonna see how it goes. Make sure all the spacing is
Chuck
right.
Hackler
Make sure we have
says,
the right
Do those
crew. We just want
gigantic wings
Jebediah.
have control
Awesome.
surface or not?
Say
If
that.
not, you need to add.
TDMS
That's true.
AYS. Wow.
We
This
might
must
have to add
says,
flaps.
flaps.
Yes. We just it's nighttime when we're launching. Yeah, okay. We have those ones on the front. We need control surfaces on the back. You're so right. Thank you for pointing that out. Revert to hanger. Thank you for pointing that out,
Bad Tunes
guys.
says, looks like a hummingbird to me.
The last one kind of worked like a hummingbird with how much I had to fix it all the time. Control panels. How many do we actually need on one wing? Like, is 2, 3? Like, what's the actual number? That would be good. Because I've just been putting 3 because it goes along the whole thing. Is that good?
Chuck Huckler says, 2 is good.
Well, you're getting 3.
Chuck Huckle says, too much market like a squirrel on meth.
Jebediah is going on a rescue mission of the Aegis. Let's
Bad
see how this
Tunes
bad
says,
boy flies.
Hummingbird wings flap faster than a bullet.
Oh, and it has the really cool looking jets too. Ooh, yeah, baby. And it takes off like a dream. Look at that, boys.
Dismas says,
It's very loud, though.
Something the German would have made at the end of the war before it was Joel.
It looks like something the Germans would make towards the end of the war. Very true. But this thing looks awesome. Yeah, this is the Seagull.
Seagull.
And it's the most epic ship you've ever laid your eyes upon. Okay, I can't see anything because it's nighttime though, so that's a problem. We need to go back up north and save these guys.
Dismas says,
Chuck Huckler says, it fast as fuck with 4 engine.
Yeah, it's fast as hell, and that's awesome. Okay, we are burning a little. I can't see the world. We're just sort of in the void right now. This might go bad, so I'm going to slow down.
What?
Yeah, no, these engines are very loud. But Jebediah knows what he's doing. He's a
Chuck
veteran.
Huckler says,
But
you are getting thermal shock
What?
going so fast.
Oh, yeah, we're already kind of... Okay. Don't worry about it. Okay?
Chuck Hackler says,
Joel says,
you don't need to slow
Ignore the
down.
turbulence.
Go higher where there is speed.
Oh, we're at, like... Oh, we're actually really high up. I didn't even realize. You can see the stars. Oh, wow. Calm down.
Dismas says, call it the Phoenix that shit's on
You call it the Phoenix because that's it's on fire.
Dismas SAYS. Phoenix.
Okay, we're really high up. I didn't realize. This shit is way too far up. I can't keep an eye on that all the time. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Samuel Loomis says, once you get high, lower throttle and glide efficiently.
Exactly, exactly. Oh yeah, the sunset. Oh, look at that. The sun goes
Engineer
down. That's
and the
when they
galaxy.
get started. They got one mission. That's to kill that target. Are you the kind of miner who can fight off all the mods? Or are you just another noob that keeps creative mode on?
This
Pathetic.
must serve. This is some upper atmosphere space plane ship.
Yeah, this is a real space plane we got going here. This is awesome.
This must says, you might be able to glide most of the way.
But
That's
Doom
true.
says, to the moon, to infinity and beyond. Engineer says, is the sun going down or up?
Is the sun going down or up? I have no idea. I'm just trying to turn us
Jack
the right
Hackler
direction.
says, you are angled
Chuck
down.
says, you are going to die.
It's fine!
Shuttleclerc says, no.
I'm pulling up, don't worry about it. We have so much height, we have plenty of time to adjust. The space hangar is over there, okay? We'll be fine. We're just turning around so we're facing the North Pole. And then we can probably glide most of the way. Engineer, calm down.
Chuck Huckle says, you know that what you say you are a retard, so you must not assume you are.
Thank you for being honest about that. That is very true.
This must says, if you can get that sucker above 30 kappa at the start, it's good flight there.
Yeah, do we try to get it up to 30k, chat? Do we try that? And then just glide the rest? So I can try to gain some altitude with it, but then I'll have to power up a bit. We're moving 600 meters a second. Like, this is legitimate, like, jet speed. I don't think we can get it that high up, though, because I'm not able to really point up that much.
Engineer says,
Oh, no, wait, there she goes.
the jet planes.
Yeah, the jet planes look awesome on this. That's why I like using this engine.
Then glide down, win ya like 2000.
Yeah. Look at that sun, like, streaming in. That's awesome. Okay, we're getting some height here.
Chuck Huckle says, you remember good old days. Fleeing hypersonic up edge of atmosphere. Air so thin my Kerbal can get out and walk on planar surface to sit on external seat.
That sounds awesome. The engine did cut because we are too high up, so the jet can't go because it is an air-based jet. But we're just going to glide for a while, okay? We're just going to glide for a while. We might have to turn because we're going the wrong way, but don't worry about it. Right now we're projected to crash, but don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing.
Roshiro Marui says, oh.
25k it is.
Oh, hello, Rochiro. It's been a while. Yeah, 25k it is.
SAYS. Maybe a
Chuck
doki
Hackler
disa.
says,
You see, I did have oxidizer. I removed it because somebody said, hey, you shouldn't have oxidizer.
Engineer
Jack
says,
Hackler says,
A.
Level
Calm
up
down,
and
engineer.
faster.
It's gonna be fine. Are we all good? We're all fine, we're all safe, we're all happy.
Engineer says, ZTTS.
Yeah, I think the English one just reads it all out.
Engineer
This
says,
must says,
oh.
let that sucker glide.
Yeah, we're gonna be gliding. I am holding up, but it's not actually pulling
Lost
up.
says, oxidizer doesn't do anything. Jet engines need intaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad Tune says, once made for clue, now lost in star. Not meant to fly this I but it did.
Jebediah is an expert, okay? He's gonna make it
This
just
must
fine.
says, okay.
Okay, Jebediah is an expert, he knows what he's doing. Look at that. It's already stabilizing. It's gonna be great. Have little lights. Gonna be fine. Gonna give it a little bit of a speed boost. We're over 400 meters a second, by the way.
エンジニア
Dismas says,
SAYS
Bob
I
Toon
can't
says,
see
Ironically, it's
going
a
to
decent
Earth,
place.
boys, I am
Engineer
going
says,
to Earth because of the darkness.
Yeah, I know we can't see anything right now, but we'll find the sun eventually. And then once we find the sun, we can turn around and face those guys. Because I think we're going to go up like there, but the Earth's going to turn, so we're going to be like here. We're going to have to do a turn at some point, but we have the fuel. We just need to conserve it by gliding a lot. And once we get to the North Pole, we're going to land safely, pick up everybody that
Baptoon
crashed,
says, 11 there was darkness.
and then we're going to fly back, and it's all going to be awesome. You can see the moon back there.
Engineer says, just glide.
Dismas says, and God SID, let there
Samuel
be light.
Loomis says, at higher altitudes, you can go faster because less drag.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is a really sharp projected fall. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, we are losing altitude. We're just gonna let it glide for a bit.
Chuck Huckler says, I install lizard basking lamp self-ballasted mercury vapor bulb under my desk to
Dismas
irradiate
says,
my
at the very least,
testicles.
it's
Some
an
planet
planet
less
better
drug
out
is
in
also more efficient on fuel.
At the very least, it's a cool plane, and that's exactly what this
Rochiro Marui says,
is about.
what's with the eye voices?
Well, it reads out all your text messages in chat. And it's not AI. It's using the Google's built-in translate voices.
Engineer says, it's the Google Translator TTS.
Yeah.
Dr. Punish says, hello.
Welcome, Dr. Punish.
But Tunes says, this is definitely our voice. How dare you call it I?
Dismas says,
Engineer
Supinish.
says, joining the Discord.
Yes, please do. There is a Discord in the description of the stream, and it should also be in the About tab of all my channels. There's a Discord where you can go. We have a Minecraft server. We do some other fun stuff on there. It might be
Dr.
using some
Punish
videos.
says, are we on call-in right now?
Yes, we're doing a rescue mission on Kerbal. We have some unfortunate Kerbals trapped on the North Pole, and we're gonna go save them. This is our second attempt at that. We're just gonna try to find the sun and then make a turn. So I need to see shit. I am getting very hungry. I might have to take a little food break soon.
Bob Toon says, unironically, this is the best plane that you have ever made.
Thank you.
Chuck Hackler says, you not have enough fuel if you keep driving like this. You need to glide high speed high altitude.
I'm aware that we don't have enough fuel to boost the whole way. I'm just, trying to make sure we don't crash and burn, because I don't think we can just glide forever. It falls down too fast.
Think of the Kerbal at the pole, man.
That's true. I don't have time to eat. We have Kerbals to save. In fact, we have 4 Kerbals to save. And then Jeb is gonna... Yeah, Jeb's the 5th. We're gonna save them all. Save all 4 of them up there, because there's 3 in the main wreckage and then 1 in the other rescue wreckage. We don't talk about that rescue plane. That never happened. But they are there.
But Tunes says, this actually looks so pretty OMG.
Very true. Space is incredibly pretty.
Engineer says,
Prickly Claire size, turning engineer of his worst thing.
4L13NSS, gas
In una hora, guys, we
We'll
have
have the
6
engines on
Kerbal
just a
to
little
save.
bit, okay? In 1 hour, guys, we have 6 Kerbals to save. No, we're not gonna lose Jeb.
Samuel
Okay,
Loomis
we
says,
finally got Jeb
"You said
back.
to
He's gonna be
swap the
fine.
fuel tank pairs you choose. You won't have enough at this pace.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. But you're very, very correct. We are not gonna have enough fuel probably.
Bob Toon says, maybe you should be in charge of making plans for government.
Chuck
Very
Huckler
true.
says, I am sorry, but you are too stupid. I cannot help you. Good luck, my friend.
You came on a live stream and expected someone intelligent? Intelligent people don't stream, they have actual jobs. Oh, and the TTS stopped working, I think. Which means I'm gonna have to fix it again. 1 second, chat. Again, I don't know why it sometimes just decides to stop. I'll look into fixing it, but it should be live again.
Eminer size up.
Yeah, okay, we're good.
Samuel Lomis
Betune
size
says,
wait.
OMG, don't call you stupid. We just fell on our heads a couple of times.
Me being stupid is all part of the fun, okay? I don't come here to think. Like, you can't deny I do make legitimately cool-looking plays. They just don't serve their
Engineer
intended function.
says, why think?
Yeah, why think, exactly. Think no fun. Think no good. No think. No think good. No think fun. It's like an album cover. Kinda.
Engineer says, we hope we have enough fuel for this mission.
And that's all what it's all about. It's about hope. It's about family. It's about not questioning my design choices.
Betune says, no, you are not. So you are genuinely cool. And no one should ever talk like that to anyone.
Thank you. I do need some illogical positivity in my life. You're right. What's this button do? Okay, it's not a button. It's just a light. What were you saying about me not being stupid? Okay, you know what? I feel like I'm already having doubts about the success of this mission, guys.
Samuel Loomis says, it's
Engineer
overpowered,
says,
underfueled,
skydiving.
and flying inefficiently.
Very true, Samuel. All those points are very true. It is indeed too strong with too little fuel and not flying well.
Badness size. That was strike tip disrespectful. Yes, we shouldn't allow that. The design of this planet is actually cool.
You're allowed to say whatever you want. I'm not taking like anything personally if you guys call me stupid or whatever. It's all in good fun. Don't worry about that. What we're focused on now is just getting a plane to do what we want it to do. And I mean, we're already like kinda almost. We're like a third of the way there. So we're not doing too bad. The only reason I'm not like launching a rocket into space and having that pick them up and launch again is because it was the re-entry from space that killed the first flight on the previous stream, so that's why we're doing the
Engineer
plane.
says, ALR guis BRB.
No problem, engineer. Enjoy your nap while the plane keeps flying. You know, everybody takes a little nap on the plane, it's totally fine. There's rivers? I didn't know there was rivers. Huh. But of course, you know, we had to be on the dark side of the planet at this moment.
I have seen streamers do stupider things that felt like hate talk to me, you know?
Ah, it's whatever. If somebody wants to post hate comments, I'm not gonna stop them. I don't care. I'm not gonna, like, make a video being like, oh, my commenters are too mean to me, I don't want to do this anymore. It's just banter. God, I'm hungry.
Dismas says, knock knock. TDM
Who's
says,
there?
WTH. Shish who? Fish is Sean Connery.
Bad Tunes said, by the way, we are here to get entertainment. And you are not stupid. It is a personality. We watch the content for that. Like, who the hell watches Szkuć because he's smart?
XQC is what the TTS tried to say, by the way. I do think people watch XQC precisely because he is stupid, actually.
TDM says, why you so slow?
I'm not engaging the engines because if we did that the whole time, we would not have the means of getting where we're going. But we also don't really have the speed to get where we're going either. We're going at like a third of what we would be if we were going full throttle. So I do think we need to take this guy back to the design bay, guys. I do think we need to do that. But we are approaching 3 hours of streaming, so I might want to stop there and we can try this again next time. I don't usually stream this early in the day. I usually stream later in the evening. I just have stuff to do today.
Yes, I also.
Yeah. Let's go back to the plane hangar.
Dismas says, it's too bad you can't launch it in the opposite direction on the runway.
Right? I feel like that would be one of the simplest, like, quality of life things.
Trying
streamers
How
and
often
streamers
do you
acting
stream?
quirky is a part of streamer culture.
I'll address those two
You know.
comments one at a time. Trolling streamers and streamers acting quirky is part of the streamer culture, you know. Yeah, exactly. Like, people make fun of Doug all the time, for example. I think Doug is a great example. People call him bald and bad at 2D platformers, and he doesn't get, like,
TDM says,
pissy
you
about
should
it
use
or
the
anything
big
like
S
that.
wing instead.
I want that. I want that good fun. I want us to poke fun at each other. It's a good time. It's banter, you know. It's guys hanging out. So I'm okay with that. And I'm not gonna, I'm not, trying to be self-deprecating if I say, oh, I'm so stupid, Chad. I'm not being, self-deprecating. I'm just having fun. Because in the end, when I stream, I am sort of putting on a personality. And to answer how often do I stream?
Dismas
hold on.
says, Iguesioi coiled drive it's over. And then turn its bit slowly getting into the air and turning probably is the same.
I could in theory do that. To address how often I stream, it's kind of random because this isn't my job. I don't get any money from this. If you want to help me get money, subscribe and watch on my gaming channel. You can become a member there if you'd like. No, but I genuinely, I make no money off of this. So far, all of my efforts on YouTube over the years has netted me $2 that I can't even take out because you need to make at least $60 to make any money off of this. I'm kind of out of a job. I'm struggling immensely right now, which is why I'm streaming, because I'm taking my mind off of things.
Dismas says, he'll watch again when he see you.
Thanks. So I'm streaming kind of
That
randomly
says,
whenever I have
I
time.
believe, but at your stage, getting hate can genuinely be demotivating.
That is true. That is true. And if I was just getting hate comments and it was just all the time, everyone's like, oh, you suck, you should stop doing this, then yeah, that would be hate comments and that would be demotivating. But I don't think somebody calling me stupid on a one-off comment is demotivating hate when I have all of you guys being way more positive all the time, which quite frankly I feel is a bit too positive and a bit unwarranted. But I can't stop you guys. You're free to say whatever you want.
SAYS. Everyone like and sub.
That's very true. Everyone like and subscribe and hit that bell icon. Yeah! I don't like to self-promote, but you invited me to there, so. Yeah, no, I'm genuinely, I'm having a great time. Streaming is one of the best parts of my life at the moment.
Bartones says, just subscribe and world love it what more.
Thank you.
Engineer SAYS. Hi guys, I'm back.
Welcome back, engineer.
LOST says, I don't say
Safe
for life
already
already did that
anytime I
yesterday.
see you on here.
Thank you guys, and it's been great to see all of you new people come on today. Feel free to also go watch the previous Kerbal Space Program live stream. I think that one was also very fun. I'll probably stream very inconsistently for the next month because I have a lot going on and I'm out of a job and I have family visits and stuff. But after the summer vacation time, and hopefully at that point I have a real job, I can give you guys a more consistent schedule. And my hope is that I get a job that has a lot of free time.
You should try more games.
I will, at least on the live channel. I will be playing more games. I'm planning on playing some Vintage Story and some Deltarune and stuff.
Size without the alcohols everything.
Yes, and I will be getting the DLCs. I will be getting the DLCs for this game once I have money that I don't have to spend on bills and food. Currently I'm a bit, limited with my income. But I'm going to try to get a job, and I'm going to try to sort things out. I'm going to try to have an actual schedule that I can give you guys, and I'm going to try to stick to it, because I'm really bad at sticking to schedules. But I'll try to stream whenever I can. That is true. I could use modded parts, but I want to try to do it a bit legitimately. I don't like cheating, and as soon as I start downloading the mods, I'm not going to be able to stop myself. So we'll get to mods once I feel like I've done everything else that I want to do. But yeah, no, I think this was a pretty successful stream, and we might have failed at everything we were going to do, but I think we had a great time. And I think we have a clear-cut goal that we can achieve next time.
Engineer says, vanilla only.
Yeah, this is all vanilla. I'm not using cheats, I'm not using mods.
This man
genuinely
says,
had fun.
Stream
That's
was
great.
cool. Thanks for the stream,
In
man.
the end, I am doing this for you guys as entertainment. It's entertainment for you guys, and it's therapy for me, is how I see it. So, thank you all for tuning in. I'm very happy that there's so many new people. Thank you to those that like and subscribe and are sticking around.
Engineer
But Tunes
SAYS.
says,
It was
sometimes
fun
failing
watching
to
this
do
stream.
something is more fun.
Very true. Sometimes failing is far more fun, and you need to have that failure. If you succeed right away all the time, it's not fun. And look at this. We did succeed at one thing.
Samuel Loomis says, please,
We got the boys back.
before you go, swap the short rocket fuel segment for the
Yes,
long
I'm
liquid
aware. We're
fuel
gonna be swapping
segment.
the fuel thing. I'm gonna redesign this whole thing pretty much once we start next stream. We're gonna redesign this whole thing. But look at this. We got Jeb, Bill, Bob. They're all back. Valentina. They're all back from wherever they were missing before. I have no idea where they went.
Engineer says, also.
Yeah. What's up?
Engineer says, do off-camera testing.
Yes, I was going to, but due to some schedule conflicts, I just had to do the stream now. But I will probably do some off-camera testing so I can have a build ready for you guys that actually works next time. I don't want to do too much off-camera because I know from my own experience watching other YouTubers that when too much stuff is done off-camera, it kind of kills your enjoyment because you're not part of the process. But I will be doing some stuff off-camera, probably, if you guys are okay with that. And yeah, don't,
Bad Tune says, seeing you make random stuff in this game is fun because it's not too nerdy. And we get that shock factor of will it work and how the heck it works?
Yeah, exactly. That's my part of it. Because back in the day when Kerbal Space Program was new and it was trendy, there were two schools of thought with how people made videos. You had the really nerdy ones to get into the nitty gritty of how it all works and they know the science behind it. And then you have people like Jacksepticeye who just play it and just put a bunch of rockets together and just hope it works. And I'm in that school of thought. I just want to make something that looks cool and works. And works is in heavy quotation marks. So I think in that regard I do succeed.
Engineer says, Aswo try out Mindustry.
I'll look into it. Thank you for the suggestion. I do take all your suggestions very seriously. We also do have a suggestions chat in the Discord server. And also, if you want to see this succeed and you want to see this community grow larger, it means way more to the channel's success if you share the video than if you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe helps a lot,
Engineer
but do
says,
share with your
it's
friends if
free
you
on
want.
GitHub.
Sharing is caring and all that.
Engineer says, you don't have to buy IT.
Engineer says, but it supports the dev.
I'll look into that. Thank you for the suggestion. But yeah, that'll be all for today. Thank you to those that have liked and subscribed, and all those that are new. Thank you all for sitting with my dumbass today. And we hope you enjoy the next flight in the future.
Bad Tunes says, can't wait to come back to this stream 30 years later and see you blow up. Not you, King.
That would be cool. You know what? I'll take you up on that, Bad Tunes. If I'm still doing this 4 years from now, we'll come back to this and we'll see how we're doing, okay? I'll try to hold to that. I have terrible memory, but hopefully, I'll write that down somewhere. But yeah, no, I think that was a good stream. I think we're gonna end things there. I would usually have webcam. I don't know how you guys feel about webcam, new people. I would usually have webcam. I don't right now because the thing that holds all my USB stuff.
See ya, man.
See ya. All the stuff that holds my USB sticks and stuff broke, so I only have so much USB space. But maybe we'll turn on webcam.
Engineer says.
Engineer said. He put a little emoticon. It's a problem with my chat filter. The code is very rudimentary and bad. I'll show you guys the code as a way to end the stream.
Bye.
If you guys are still here, I'll show you the code. As a little final note for those that have decided to stay.
Bad Tune says, WekeSem would be fun. Germa webcam was so cool NGL.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm gonna show you guys the code because imagine that this is like, at the end of a Marvel film, if you stay till the end, like it shows like a special behind the scenes thing at the end or like a teaser. This is the code. It's all Python. It's all very rudimentary.
Eminer size holy.
Basically all this does, it imports a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
that I use to make the function actually work.
Partners size omg end credit scanner.
Yeah, this is the end credit scene. It asks me for the livestream URL using this bit of code here. And then it finds the live stream and basically it picks from a bunch of different voices, connects to the whole thing. It says in the hashtags here what each part does, because I need to make sure I tell myself what each part does or I'll forget. It finds the chat, and every time you post in chat, it sees that, it takes the text from your chat and puts it into this code. And then it generates a temporary MP3 file that it then plays. So it generates the MP3 file, and then it says it gets the username and it gets the message.
If possible, can you make a stream both
Engineer
on YouTube
says,
and Twitch?
if you can't, it's fine.
Maybe. I will look into making it also on Twitch. I feel like it's a lot for me to manage, especially right now because my computer is very shitty.
Bad Tunes says, don't quote me but you can get plugin code from GitHub that does it well enough if you tweak it.
Possibly. I did search the entire internet. I scoured for how to make my idea work of like it reading out the entire chat. Usually all the stuff like Streamlabs and whatnot, it only reads out like donations and stuff, but I feel like the community is still so small that I can make it read out every message and it's fine. Obviously if the community gets like Doug big, I'll have to limit it to only people that send in donations or whatever, but I think it's a lot more fun if everybody has a voice in this early stage of the community. Basically, it gets the message, it gets your username, and it removes stuff like emojis, which was really annoying to get working. It removes a lot of like symbols and stuff. It keeps
But
some of it.
says, I have a voice AI.
Like it keeps hashtags. If you guys want to put hashtags in the chat, you can do that.
A lost size kan göra a random function.
That's true.
So it's pimdeg if it's size
50-50, yeah. I can, in theory, I can add a thing that makes it completely random if your chat gets read out or not. I can make it a 50-50, I can make it a 1 in 10, and I might do something like that.
Hashtag voice.
Exactly. I might do that in the future if there's a lot of people and it becomes way too annoying with the TTS. Then I'll make it so that there's like a 1 in 10 chance or something like that. I just don't want it to become, like, you see this recently in a lot of Doug stuff, where people use it as a way, like, donations become a way to tell jokes and, like, take the spotlight, whereas before it was about interaction, right? And I want it to stay about interaction, and if I can only hear some of you some of the time, then that's far less interaction. So as long as the community is small, it'll be 100% of the time, even if it is sometimes a little annoying. I can live with that. But yeah, so it creates the message, removes stuff like emojis.
You do like enough people spam it, read out.
Yeah, exactly. So like, if enough people say the same thing, yeah, I can do stuff like that. I can code it. It picks a voice, and then it creates the MP3, and then it reads out, or it plays the MP3, and then it deletes the MP3.
Engineer says, TTS gets overlapped.
Yes, and that is intentional. Originally, my code had it so that each message would cut off the previous code if it was still playing, but I made it so that it overlaps so that you guys can all talk at once and it doesn't like stop your message. Because I feel like it's way better that two people talk at the same time than only one person getting to talk if they're the
But
latest.
says, yeah, that chance thing makes random funny beats, not gonna lie.
True. And we might experiment. Maybe we'll do a coding stream at some point, and we'll see what we think works best. We might do a coding stream where I try to learn the coding, because I'm actually not that good at coding. I only recently got back into it. I did 1 year of IT classes. So I've been trying to learn how to do this, and this is the best I could do at the moment. But we'll see. We might do a coding stream at some point. But thank you. That was it for the behind-the-scenes look.
Engineer says, I have two cats.
Engineer says, BTW.
That's awesome. I love cats. I've had
エンジニア
3 in my whole life.
SAYS They are orange.
Ooh, that's fun. I've only had like black and like, is it calico? I don't know the color types. Like the very normal cat. I've had the very normal type of cat and I've had black cats. I've not had orange cats yet. Maybe I will in the future, because they sound fun. But yeah, we might do a coding stream at some point. That's been it for this little end credits scene.
Eminer says, this was a vinstream.
It was fun, yeah.
Roses, you summer orange cat.
Let's go, Orange Cat fans in the chat. Alright, it's good to see it. Remember to like and subscribe and all that self-promotion stuff.
Orange all Diablo.
You know, share this with your friends if you want to help the channel grow, and check out my other channels, all linked in the description. Check out the Discord server. It's fun, and it's going to be way more fun with all you people in it. That's it for today's stream. See you around. Have a good day. I'm really bad at this sort of thing. Just, you know, excuse me. Alright, bye.